Welcome back from the break, everybody, and welcome to Game Masters. I'm your host, Kiara_TV, and we're going to have a wonderful Kaizo showcase today with 4 awesome runners. Before we get into that, I want to remind you to join the official GDQ Discord and add the Hotfix role, where you can keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with staff and showrunners like me, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for more info. And if you missed out on any of our shows or events, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. I am joined here by 4 awesome Kaizo runners, Shoujo, Shovda, You Fail Me, and GlitchCat7, who all participated in the most recent Kaizo relay race at SGDQ 2024. If you missed it, the VOD's awesome. It's an awesome race full of incredible levels, but we're going to be going back in to the SGDQ 2024 levels. We're going to be doing an individual race this time and doing a deep dive on what it took to make these levels come together. So, Shoujo, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Thank you.
Awesome. You got Shovda. Hello, hello.
Hello.
And You Fail Me.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
And joining me on comms for the first parts, the one and only GlitchCat7. Hello, hello.
What up?
Awesome. So we are going to be giving our runners 8 minutes for these levels. Whoever wins, we're not keeping track of points or anything. It's a friendly race from everybody. But GlitchCat's going to give some insights into all of these levels. And if you missed the SGDQ show, some of these levels are wild. I don't know how they came together. It's just pure magic. I think what the Kaizo community can do, because every single one of these levels that you're going to see today is like a collaboration between so many different people, because not only just designing the levels, but coming up with all these mechanics and then making them actually work within Super Mario World. It's no easy task, and big shout outs to all of the Kaizo creators for giving us so much fun stuff to play, and it's just like seemingly endless amounts of levels. But everybody, are you ready to start with track 1?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1, go. You have 8 minutes. Best of luck. So, GlitchCat, what do we got here?
Well, this is a level from Light Aligns and Sayla. And this has a really, really interesting mechanic right off the bat. You got the meter that's counting down. The green, it goes to yellow, and it goes to red. That is the timer. When that meter expires, the players will switch sides, teleport over to the side. And so they're doing things on one side that affect the other side, and then they need to move really quickly to get where they need to be. This was, I think, a really good one to start off with, because it's kind of it's honestly maybe one of the most straightforward levels that were raced.
For sure.
So I guess something to note here, the meter, it might look kind of slow, but this is actually really quick. You really have to optimize your movements with the meter to get everything done in time. And also add to that, you're sort of mirrored based on where you are. So if you're not jumping or aligned properly, you can just teleport into the wall, and Mario does not like to be in walls.
So Shovda are our first to enter the checkpoints, but Shovda and You Fail Me right behind them. I want to ask Shovda, how did you feel as the opener level for GDQ? How did you feel about it? Was it just did it come as a surprise? Oh, this is a really neat mechanic I haven't had to worry about yet.
I actually called in the practice room that if we had we knew we would have a Light Align and Sayla level, but when we did, it would be a vertical level. So this was not a surprise to me. The back and forth was a little bit, but it was not as much of a surprise as it could have been.
Awesome. Well, You Fail Me. That was awesome, making it to the second pipe. And GG, You Fail Me. That was in under 2 minutes. Holy crap. That was really, really good. But we have a couple minutes to let the other runs go. And You Fail Me, how did you... Well, first of all, GG, that was awesome.
Thank you. I remembered that second half very well, because I literally failed that ending, and then the beast got it the next attempt. So that one's lived a little bit rent-free, so glad I didn't fail that ending this time.
Very good, very good. Yeah, that was very, very impressive performance. And yeah, so we're not doing this, with no information. Obviously, we have honestly today 2 representatives from each team, which was awesome. So didn't really plan it out that way. It's kind of just like how it works. But GG shoved up our second finisher.
Something to note about this level that is like kind of obvious if you think about it, but it might not be, is this is actually an auto scroller too, right? The level is actually moving up on its own. So, you know, that puts an extra time pressure on this. The Sayla and Light Lines are really known for these kind of really kind of far out, beautiful gimmicks that are like easily digestible. Like once you understand what you're doing, oh, it's not that bad, but working through it can be kind of a challenge. This was tricky on stage to, figure out exactly where you needed to be when the meter would expire. Sometimes you'd be a little bit off position and you'd be like, I know I'm aiming for the red blocks or the ice blocks or whatever, but you would be slightly off position and wouldn't make it.
And go ahead.
One thing that I didn't notice until watching, I think, a few people play this after the fact is there's kind of some decorations spread out through the level. The little kind of pink, they're not quite vines, I guess chains. Those are supposed to serve, I believe, as a little bit of a guidance from where you want to be during your teleport. It was so subtle that I don't think anybody noticed it during the race, but I thought that was a cool little thing that they added.
Yeah, and Emily, GG's. So everybody finished in under half the time I allotted for you. So, you know, it turns out y'all are pretty good at Kaizo. So the last thing I want to mention that I really appreciate in that level is like the auto scroller itself, like the actual speed of the vertical screen is like pretty slow, but it gives you so much left and right movement to fit in, where it just still feels like, even though like visually, like externally it's going slow, there's so much to do where it still feels really fast, having to accomplish so much stuff and changing your momentum direction so many times to be able to clear it. So awesome work, y'all. Are you ready for track 2?
Yep, do it.
Excellent. So this one is by Fire 150. So let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go.
I've always said in Super Mario World that it can be a hard sell to do what I would call a limiting gimmick, or a gimmick in the level where some of your base powers are removed. Fire sells it on this one. The gimmick here going on is that you can only jump while the P-switch is active, and also the P-switch is making those coins appear and certain things. So you have to kind of figure out how to get a lift, either falling in the air or bouncing off an object, if the P-switch has already timed out.
How does that even work? What do you do
Magic.
in ASM to make it so you can't do a game mechanic?
I am not a coder myself, so magic. I never know. Honestly, sometimes when it comes to like Mario World stuff, if I'm asking D4 or someone, like, I have no idea what the scope of what I'm asking for is. It's like, am I asking them to open a window or install a swimming pool, metaphorically?
Right.
I want to take note too of that trick. Shoved just got it. Fail just got it. They're at the end there. They have to. The P switch has expired, and they've got the shell underneath them, and then they're throwing the P switch up, and it goes through Mario. And when it gets to Mario's feet, it touches Mario's feet, so it activates. Actually, as far as I know, I invented that trick a long time ago.
Congratulations, you're famous.
Wow. So I guess mechanics for the second half, the big thing is this Yoshi elevator. Yoshi behaves this way. When Yoshi is stuck in a wall, he will clip upward like that until he is not stuck in a wall anymore. So right at the end there with that big kind of block of coins, they want to get Yoshi into the coins, and those coins are not solid. Then the P-switch expires, and then once they're solid blocks, Yoshi is going to teleport up. But they have to time their jump so that they're in the air when the P-switch expires, and time that to land on Yoshi when he's up there. That is not easy to do, and that was especially difficult to do on stage. You have to kind of hear the sound of the P-switch running out. It makes a little chirp sound.
Yes. This is kind of like a question for everybody. So, you know, obviously, you know, we're playing, we're online, we're all in our own, you know, stream rooms and going through everything. It's like, what's the difference like? You know, playing in a crowded room, you got a whole bunch of people cheering you on, and you know, how does that affect your game? I guess I should say. Of you know, does it make things harder for you? Does like the energy like translate to you, and you just feel like you can do anything? How does that work for you?
It gives me a lot of stress. Actually, my hands were shaking extremely badly for the first 3 levels during the actual event.
I think we
it's
lost
just
Jojo a little bit there.
My hands were shaking really badly for the first 3 levels of the actual race, which wasn't great. That doesn't make it easy to play. It just gives me a lot of stress.
Right. Yeah, I'm the same way. I get like a lot of tournament nerves where it's like, okay, I'm on the clock. I have to do this. Or like something huge is on the line. Yeah, my hand's shaking. You failed me. GG's. Taking level number 2. Congratulations.
That final.
I'll tell you what. When we were on that,
very,
go ahead.
I was just going to say that final room is very, very silly because you can't jump and you have to get to the slope in time to slide to kill the buzzy beetle at the end. And of course, but Fire was very generous and gave the player a checkpoint. Very funny ending.
Yeah, if there wasn't a checkpoint there, that would kind of shake things up a little bit because you'd have to go all the way back around. I was going to say, to speak to the stage experience, I'll be real, I could barely hear anything. With the crowd, between the crowd, the donations being called out, the commentary, didn't catch that. The only way that I knew, I could hear my teammates, and the only way I knew something happened was when the crowd roared, like, oh, okay, cool, something cool has happened. But I couldn't hear anything at all, really.
Yeah, it was surreal. It was a surreal experience for sure, and I'm right with Glitch. It was. I think I didn't hear the crowd at all. I don't know if I just mentally tuned them out. Every once in a while, I'd hear something that BD would say. But yeah, definitely being on the stage is a lot harder because just those really small, like kind of careless deaths really penalize you a lot. Luckily, with the 3-person format, it was a lot more forgiving. But yeah, just you just die 2 or 3 quick times, and then you rotate, and you're like, well, I'll get another attempt in about 2 minutes. It's not much room for error, which is really puts you out of your comfort zone, I think.
Yeah, and GG's Jojo finishing that up. All right, so Shota, speaking of tournament nerves and race against the clocks, all eyes are on you now, Shubda.
Yeah, no, this is harder than it was on stage because I don't have a shoujo to rely on.
The P-switch trick with the Yoshi is not something I expected to show up in this at all. I thought that would be considered too hard.
I love seeing
spitting that P-switch out under your feet.
I think one of the coolest things about Kaizo is me and Glitch were like talking about it early on, where Mario World is a game full of cracks, and Glitch, you so wisely said it lets the light in for all this creativity that can happen. But taking something that's like a glitch in the base game and then utilizing it to create platforming mechanics is so awesome. That's like my favorite, obviously, is Yoshi getting stuck in a wall and using it as a Yoshi Vader, which is, it makes me laugh every single time I see it. It's one of my favorite mechanics I've seen used. So super, super happy to see it there. Blitzcat, what do we got for the next level? You can go ahead and count this one in for our runners.
Well, we've got some shells, and Xiao Xiao is a very, very talented maker of shells. Obviously, when a shell is moving, Mario can bounce on it, and when a shell isn't moving, he can't. He kicks it and gets it active. So the main trick here is the shell jump, which is a very common kind of thing now in Kaizo. It used to seem impossible, but now it's pretty commonplace, and Xiao Xiao has created a level around some shell mechanics with an interesting twist that we're about to learn about. So if you're all ready, I can do the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, have fun, everybody. Who's gonna dethrone you? Fail me. Starting to get some villain energy there, buddy.
I don't know if Xiao Xiao's watching the show. I have committed to getting the moon at the end of the level, which
started at the end.
Pretty tough, but yeah. So Xiao, if you're out there, I'm gonna try and get the moon for you.
And you have to do a midair to get the moon, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice. We're going to see a midair.
Yeah, what's a midair?
So in this, Well, 2 things. In this level, coins. You can't actually grab the shells. Normally you can pick them up, but when you touch a coin, a shell will appear in Mario's hand. So in addition to gauging the angle that the shells are rebounding off the wall, bouncing off the shells and things, you have to aim yourself so that you're touching coins in the air. And then, okay, Shavda going for the midair. I can explain that. So a midair is a trick that was originally developed by the vanilla speedrunners, actually, to skip a little bit in Yoshi's Island 3. What's going on is you're basically throwing the shell underneath Mario's feet. When Mario is holding a shell and turns left or right, you're holding the shell left, you're holding the shell right. But in between that, there is a brief moment where Mario is basically holding the shell facing toward the camera. And if you throw the shell in that moment with a tight frame window, you throw the shell at an angle that it winds up underneath Mario's feet. And in so doing, you can bounce off of the shell completely in midair, hence the term midair. Fun fact too, it used to be called a shell jump, but shell jump has become a colloquialism for the rebounding off the walls, and midair is now the term for doing that. They were also available. We've seen them in Mario Maker. We have seen them at GDQs before in Mario Maker, but I don't know if we've seen a midair on the GDQ stage.
We definitely have
otherwise.
During Resiphase small only 95 exit
yes,
run.
That's correct. Yeah, I think that was the first time someone has gotten a midair on GDQ stage.
She did a double midair, actually.
She sure did.
I want to give
there
a
are
big
a couple
shout
variants.
out on You Fails Me screen. This falling coin that comes down, I think is just such a cool indicator. Because usually, it's going to be like a static coin or something, but the fact that it just rolls off and becomes the indicator, it's a small thing, but it makes me so happy. And GG's, Shoujo. That time it counted, but we're gonna have to penalize you 5 seconds for starting at the checkpoint.
I don't know what happened.
But
I guess I played this before and I just didn't.
But
didn't beat it.
I think you're good. So you even with that penalty, Shoujo, GG.
I didn't go for the midair though.
It's okay. Now
One
the
thing to
race
note
is
about
on,
midairs.
to see if either Shavda or You Fail Me can get this midair. We got just about 3 minutes into the levels. We got about 5 minutes left for this one. We're doing pretty good on time, I'd say. I'd love for one of you to get it.
There we go.
Oh, there it is!
Oh!
Are you kidding me?
Nice.
Fun fact, if you do that, you don't actually have to do anything in this room because the switch state hasn't changed.
Wow, GG's, You Failed Me. That was awesome. All right,
that
let me
an
just write
OP
this
speed
down,
midair?
add to the highlights. Awesome.
It's a P speed. You may be able to make it with no P speed though. I don't. It's not a huge distance.
Yeah, I was going to note that about midairs, that there are a lot of variations of the midair because you're basically just abusing, like I said, that property where Mario is holding the shell toward the camera. The most common version is with P speed because Mario needs to be moving a little bit faster to catch up with the shell. There are faster types of speed in Mario World. If you're shot out of a cannon or if you are sliding on your butt down a slope, you can also do that with a midair, but the no P speed variation is not only harder, but a little more luck dependent because you're depending on some subpixels.
Yeah, shout outs to TJB as well. They have a very, very awesome Kaizo that gives you a lot of help to learn midairs. It literally just gives you feedback on what you're doing wrong, like for each input. So if you're holding left for too long or if you're holding Y for too long, it gives you that feedback. That's where I learned how to do midairs, and so shout outs to TJB. I know they also had a really big play in the 2022 relay, just helping everything come together kind of at the last minute. So great member of the community, and yeah, does a lot of good things.
Yeah, to that point too, because I know, we know TJB, they're just absolutely an incredible player. This kind of thing used to be like sort of impossible, right? We're seeing people kind of casually pull off midairs right here, just pulling them out of their pocket. But that used to be like 5, 10, 6, 7 years ago. Like that used to be an impossible sort of trick that only you would get, 1 in 50 or something. And people spent a lot of time learning that and improving their technique.
Did anybody hit this during the relay, by the way? There is a Kaizo block here.
I heard about it afterwards, and I had no idea.
Yep.
That's really funny. GG's, Shavda. Again, so far, everybody's doing great. We finished that in under 6 minutes. So GG's, everybody. With the midair by You Failed Me. So plus 10 points for the midair. We're not keeping track of score, but you get 10 points for that. All right,
Take it.
so level 4. This one, I think, got quite the reaction out of the crowd, and I think the runners on this one. And Shobda, I know you know a lot about at least what happened here. And before we actually see what's happening in this, I'd love for you to like talk about what went into making this work.
Who said I know anything?
Oh wait, okay, all right. So,
I know. I know what
Okay.
went into it.
all right. I'll say what my mistake. I'll say what I know because I was talking to D4, who basically made a in ASM in assembly a video decoder for the Super Nintendo to play a video file. And that's the level, that's how it handles everything. And it looks up all of the, collision and hits based off of, I think it's like a color lookup, like a pixel lookup of where you're at. So it's absolutely ridiculous. Nobody correct me if I'm wrong if I messed that up. I'm going off of a conversation I had with them. But I just don't know how this is working on a Super Nintendo. It's so impressive, and I won't say any more unless someone else has something else to add, so we can go ahead and get this one going in 3, 2, 1, go.
So the reason why this is letterboxed is because the SNES has a routine where it draws on the screen, and that can get overloaded if you are doing too much processing while you're drawing to the screen. So basically, the entire screen is blanking on the top and the bottom. So the level itself has to be in letterbox.
This is not enough. Very well. To think that I must resort
It's just a
to such
spectacle to watch.
Behold my true
Shoutouts to the Bloody Tears remix. Apparently, that was kind of an accident. I'm told that Wolsk selected that without knowing that Bloody Tears was kind of a meme in the Kaizo community, and they were just like, "Oh, that's perfect. We have to use that." But this is just such an achievement, and I love honestly, one of my favorite moments from the whole relay was when the SGDQ came on the screen and the crowd roared. There's something about that just was like so special.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so this is the level you can't fail. You'll go through it. It's an auto scroller. Oh no. And oh no, anime. This was a mistake after all. Can't believe this. But yeah, it's just a hit counter. We'll see who can get through the lowest hits. Shoujo's doing pretty good here.
You notice a lot of little references and shout outs to fan games and other things. There was actually watch for TASbot. They're coming up. The Mario, they're doing the backwards long jump. It's the Bad Apple references, and the Franker Z. I think they're showing up here pretty soon.
Yeah, this is. I don't know, what Dee had to summon, like what deal she had to make to get this to work, but we're ever thankful for this.
D to the Fourth is one of the most brilliant minds in Kaizo right now, and she has just made, and in addition to this, she was part of the 2022 relay. She made a whole editor for a different game. She has given us so much, and she is just such a absolutely wonderful person.
Yeah, and shout outs to Dan Salvato as well for helping get this together.
And Dan was there
Dan
too.
was there. Look, Dan was integral to
No,
this as well. So
No, yeah, he's amazing. I'm surprised they're not melons though, instead of little things, all melons. Apparently it was Panga who suggested that 69 be one of the answers for the relay,
That sounds-
or how many exits are in Mario World.
That sounds like Panga, yeah.
yeah, I do want to bring attention to Shoujo here. Still at 2 hits, absolutely incredible. Yeah,
There was TASbot.
Yeah, there's Doom Guy. I saw, Franker Z in there. Any Franker Z's in chat? I haven't asked chat to post emotes yet, so I want some dogs. I would really like some dogs.
Back in high school, my router password was dogface, no space with underscores. That's how much I love Franker Z.
Franker Z, Franker Z, Franker Z.
Yeah, we get some info from chat as well. That's it's based off of the color value of the pixel, what counts as a hit, what counts as stuff you can jump on, and what actually is just for visual effect. But yeah, Shoujo, that was incredible. I think I saw 3 hits total for that.
GG.
Which is ridiculous. It's a bullet hell game in Mario, and that's just awesome to see. But again, shout.
So I wanted to say, like, I think people at this point are maybe, I don't want to say desensitized to seeing incredible things in Mario World, but just to underscore, that is one of the most impressive achievements that we've seen in Mario World modification. That is just unbelievable what had to happen to create that.
If you'd like a fun fact, that is the only Mario World game that requires an SD card at high speed. Otherwise, the level flickers.
Yeah, mine flickered a little bit. It's still very, very much playable, but I did notice that, and I was like, should I go buy a new SD card? I was like, I think I'll be okay.
It boggles my mind what goes through. It's like, if nobody has coded in ASM, just go Google ASM. It's just like a whole bunch of series of low-level computer instructions with 3 alphanumeric codes that signify an instruction, and then a whole bunch of random crap after it. Even reading through it with notes and explanation of how each line works, I still don't get it. And then you can go and make something like pretty much everything you're seeing today has some sort of custom assembly coding that went into it to make it possible. Anyway, Glitch Cat, we got track 5 coming up. Tell me about it. What do we got here?
This one is brainy. The setups can be a little cryptic, and I think this one in particular really encouraged team communication. I know, all us on the Goombas and across the hall on the Fuzzies, we were all just kind of discussing it, talking about it. This uses a couple of obscure kind of properties in Mario World that I can explain along the way when we get there. But this was by Blagon, who has made some other really brainy stuff.
And, Shoujo, you won that once. How about we have you count us then? Give us a 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
3,
Pressure.
2, 1, go. Don't worry, I know how to count. I learned.
Thank you for that.
So the gimmick in this level is that Mario will become Big Mario when in the air. And Big Mario can spin jump to destroy those yellow turn blocks, and also can take damage on the munchers. That gives him iframes, right? And so you can run through a dangerous surface that you otherwise would die on. Big Mario is also 2 tiles high instead of the 1 tile for Small Mario, and that means that in some of these situations, the racers are going to have to crouch to get underneath gaps. You see kind of fail down there, crouching. And that was a thing, and that happened to me during the race as well. It's just sort of a thing. If you take damage right when one of those kicking Koopas is on the very edge of a ledge like that, they have a chance to just fall off into the lava, and then you have no more kicking Koopa.
Yeah, a bit of a frame failure there.
Is that frame perfect? I didn't know that was frame perfect. Yeah, people have used that in sort of trick games with glitches and things that you have to do that on purpose. But to point out too, so Sojo was working on that obstacle earlier. They want to take damage on the Rex. There's that Rex that's walking around, and they want to jump, so they're big, and then they take damage on the Rex, and now they're small. But when they do take damage, it turns the Rex around, because otherwise it's going to walk off into the lava, and they want it to be walking to the right so they can get a jump up there. And the other thing to point out, Shavda already making it to this checkpoint, these turn blocks, these yellow turn blocks that you see, they rotate for a set period of time, and then they stop rotating. So by taking damage and running into that horizontal passageway with the shell, what they want to do is make 4 turn blocks rotate. There can only be 4 turn blocks rotating at a time. So by rotating the first one to get in, and then hitting the other ones and hitting that final one, it stops the block on the left from rotating, and that rebounds the shell so that they can take damage on the vine. That is a pretty obscure property of Super Mario World, but it's being used to pretty cool effect here. And it makes them have to operate on the timer that is their iframes. Nice job, Sojo.
Also, shoutouts to Blagon for putting this beautiful face in the ground here underneath the turn block setup. Probably didn't get noticed by many, but love some beautiful faces in the walls.
The aesthetics here are really on point, and I also love the transparent pink lava.
It's very pretty. GG's Shabda.
This one was really hard to do on stage.
Yeah, for me personally, I thought it was the hardest level because the first setups in both sections were really tough. So it was very hard to build a lot of consistency in both sections. It almost felt like, I was kind of lucky to get the opening trick like 1 out of 3 times. And then so by the time I got it, it's usually time to switch off to the next person. Yeah, this was definitely, I agree, this was one of the tougher ones.
Very good. Now, okay, I'm seeing it. We have Blagon in the chat. So, Blagon, thank you for making that. That was awesome. And this is a special track 6 from Margo and Maddie 69XO420. Absolutely incredible. We love them. Shoujo, what can you tell me about this level?
Well, this is the level in the race that I said I had an advantage on because I was practicing speedrunning a Maddie game for like a couple months beforehand. It is absolutely what you'd expect from Margo and Maddie. It is very ASM heavy, and it is definitely on brand for them. Margo and Maddie work really, really well together. It's just a really good level that involves a shell. You control it by pressing L or R on your controller to make it move, left or right. And they make some really cool tricks with it.
Great, I can't wait to see it. So go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck. Maddie is a very awesome individual. So.
I started at a checkpoint again. This sucks.
God, Shoujo, stop cheating! Oh my gosh!
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember playing up to this point. I don't remember.
It's like, get her off the stage! Rah, rah, rah.
I have cheated.
All right, so here's what we'll have you do, Shoujo. You can go to the ends, and then your goal, you will end going back in and hitting the checkpoint. How about it?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's just like okay, sure.
You're just doing it in reverse. Reverse checkpoint order, yeah.
This ain't OOT.
So I guess to speak to the gimmick of this level a little bit, it's the distinction between active and inactive shells. I just kind of a shorthand of my own. Inactive shells are stationary; they're not doing that little spinning animation. Active shells are moving. You can only bounce on an active shell, but in this case, instead of having to actually hold and kick the shell, Maddie and Margo have so graciously allowed us to press L or R to kick the shell at a distance and start it moving and make it active. So that's kind of what's going on here. They're using the kicking the shell to bounce on it, and then like in Shovda's room, keep kicking the shell to the right so that it does not hit the on-off block and send them into the abyss.
Shout outs to this Kaizo block that the beast dodged first try, and that everyone on my team I think hit twice each. So shout outs to Thab for being a gamer.
Ding. But yeah, you're also seeing these the on-off switches that swap the state of the blue and pink blocks. The on-off blocks have to be hit by something, so Mario's head or a shell. But then there are also on-off coins, and they can just be touched by an enemy or by Mario. They don't actually have to be hit like a block would. And they're using both of those in conjunction to create some interesting situations.
Yeah, it seems like a lot to just wrap your head around. It's like, anytime like the L or R buttons are involved with like, toggling on off, you can really use L and R off as a toggle for like practically anything, it seems like. But anytime it gets involved, this is really like a 3-button game at its core. You got spin, you got jump, you got run. And, adding in additional things to do on top of those really just like punishes your brain.
I was in the practice room before the relay of the day of. I was took apart and cleaned my controller, and when I saw this level, the first thing I thought was, I'm really glad I cleaned my L and R buttons, just in case I need to use them.
All right, G1 for Shoujo. G number 1.
Doesn't count. It doesn't count. I got to get back to the checkpoint.
Gotta get to the checkpoint, but you failed me. What's going on right here at the start or at the end here with the text coming up?
Yeah, at the end,
Well,
so you have to get a life, which you don't. I guess you don't know until you hit the hint. But yeah, if I don't know who would get here and think to do that intuitively, but yeah, after you see that, it should trigger your brain that you need to get a bounce combo with the shell, meaning you just need to bounce on it. I think it's 8 times. Rack up enough points to where you get a 1-up, and then the state will change and allow you to pass.
That's so cool.
That's the only time in the level when that is the thing that swaps the state. Every other time we're hitting the coins or the blocks to change the state of the block. Also, that hint is just super funny.
Yep.
You know, I haven't played any of Maddie's games, but every single one I've seen, because like I've watched Shoujo play it a lot. Some like the Sonic themed ones. Like they're always like a whole bunch of like really cheeky moments in them. And like also like a lot of wholesome moments, so it definitely feels very them, so to speak.
Yeah, they have a ton of personality, and it really shines through a lot and it adds to the experience a lot, I think, as a player.
For sure.
That's just something I love so much about Kaizo that, you know, like I've always kind of considered, you know, playing a level, you're kind of having a conversation with the maker. You know, while you're playing, you're kind of reading their mind and seeing what they value about level design and what they choose to challenge you to do. And that's just, I don't know, always something I've loved about it, that you can really see someone's personality through the kinds of things that they make and kind of get up close with that in an interesting way.
Yeah, so much work. You know, I said this at the start of the show, but it really is true of like how much work goes in. And GG's Shoujo making it to the checkpoint. A little bit roundabout way. But just it's like any game that is made, it's not just made by one person. It's like you'll usually see a whole bunch of credits listed, you know, from the music that goes in and just like gives each game like their like own unique feel, to, you know, all the custom coding involved to like make the mechanics work, to all of like the custom sprites and artwork that goes in. So I know, Shudda, you had some like very elaborate overworlds that people have made, and it adds so much character to like any individual game, and it's just awesome to see because like you have all these people spending a lot of time to you know, make these, but also just having a huge community of people wanting to play them. Like that's just like a magical combo of it's like, okay, people want to make levels, people want to play levels, and it just has evolved over so many years into this, and just so much variety, so much creativity, just so much awesome stuff.
Yeah, fun fact with that, apparently the producers were going to hire Devizor Blue to do the overworld for this game, for the relay, but he put all of his energy into the one that I hired him for, that he couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, and it is an absolutely incredible world. You know, Shudda, why don't you plug that plug that a bit of a game that people can play that you made?
Oh yeah, it's called A Rose for Emily. It's for Shoujo here. It's a nice, easy hack that everybody can play.
That's a lie.
I would like to say that that's not true.
It only,
I don't know, that thumb shredder level is all right.
yeah, it took Shoujo 5 hours. It's not that bad.
Yeah,
One stream.
that's the mark. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely check out SMW Central to, you know, go look at, you know, all these games that you can play. And like really, you know, we have 2 more levels in this. We still have a lot more show after this as well. So, you know, you're not going to go anywhere. But you'll see a lot of very difficult stuff that is part of like GDQ races, showcases like what we're doing here. But there's a lot more to Kaizo than just like ultra difficult games. So a lot of them will have like there's like a varying difficulty. There's like a difficulty grading system on there, so you can find games like of any difficulty. Things that are kind of like close to vanilla Super Mario Worlds, and it's just kind of like new levels in that style. There's actually ground in those that is not going to kill you. So there really is like options where like if you enjoy Super Mario World at all, there's probably a game for you out there that I think is very worth your time, because you don't have to go do all the ultra difficult stuff to have fun with this hobby. But yeah, Glitch Cat, we got 2 more levels here. Tell me about level 7.
There's a lot of violence in Repose. Man, this one is interesting. I had a lot of fun with this, and for those that have seen the relay, I won't spoil it, but the moment that Juzzcook had at the end, that only took a few seconds, but perceptually, I think for all of us, that took hours. Time slowed down and stretched out in that moment. This was made by Alex and Snore Runt Pyro. I hope I'm saying their name right. There's some interesting things going on here, and I suddenly understood as soon as I saw this why we were asked to practice a certain Toho-esque hack before the relay.
Very good. Let's go ahead and get started on this. You have 8 minutes, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, I'm not starting in the checkpoint this time. Wow.
All right. Congratulations. You did it, Shoujo.
So the gimmick here is that these shells have decided to take vengeance against Mario, and they are shooting these blue, I guess they're cluster sprites, or these little blue bullets on a cycle. And shells have their own sort of pattern for shooting those bullets. The green ones are shooting horizontally, the red one is shooting vertically, and we'll see some other patterns later. So figuring out how to use the shell for the shell jump there off the wall, but timing it to avoid the shots. And then like you see Sojo up there dodging on that donut platform. They can't stand because it'll fall. So she wants to keep moving left and right to avoid the shots from that red shell. And we're going to see some more different types of shot patterns coming up in a little bit. But nudging, there's the blue one on fail screen. The blue one shoots horizontally and then vertically. So timing when you nudge the shell into the pit to get it moving for a jump, and then jumping on it is trickier than it seems.
Gosh, yeah. That's a lot of the fun of these levels as well. Is I see like a lot of Kaizo levels as like a puzzle where you're trying to figure out, like, okay, how am I doing this jump? What is the timing here that I got to do? And there's still like a lot of mechanical skill involved, and shoved it. That was awesome. Making it look easy there.
And one thing to note too, just a kind of an obscure mechanic. Right at the end, when they get into that checkpoint, they are Big Mario, and Big Mario's spinning will break through the yellow turn blocks, but by taking damage on the one lingering bullet there as they're falling down, they break their spin jump, and that's what's allowing them to not plummet. And then in the second section here with Fail and Shovder on, you've also got the, in addition to shells firing at you in every direction, you've got the sort of moving up and down platforms, the munchers and things. And two, something I didn't even notice during the relay, but I really like to shout out because they're very cool. Circle Friendo, who's a really excellent coder and helper in our community. Check out the waterfalls in the background. See how smooth they're moving? Circle Friendo did that.
Oh, yeah,
it's
because
really, really pretty.
These kind of remind me of like the SMB2 USA in the All-Stars version. Is that what that is back there?
I think that is, yeah.
Because like that was
I think
really
that's sort
choppy,
of a modified version
it's like
of
a couple
that.
frames for the animations. So.
Yeah, they've got that. It's nice, that nice kind of translucency and the really smooth waterfall animation. I didn't even notice that until someone pointed it out later because I was so focused on not getting shot by these shells. And then in this final section too, we've got the disco shell. That's the flashing colored shell that you're seeing. That tracks Mario's movement and has a kind of a wedge-shaped hitbox, so it's a little bit harder to bounce off of than a normal shell. And since it tracks Mario's movement, you can lead it off the edge and into the pit, so it will not be a threat as they're making their way to the final pipe there.
Yeah, this is really close between you, Failby, and Shoved It here. So, both in this final section. Oh!
Yeah, but see how Fail is bouncing off the right side of that disco shell? That's because they're working with the angle. Oh, geez, yeah, and then here it is.
GG. Yeah, I'm kind of amazed that the Super Nintendo doesn't cry with all these projectiles. 'Cause I thought, as soon as you get like 4 projectiles on screen, it just wants to not exist anymore. But it works. I'm amazed everything works. So. Maybe I'm thinking more Nintendo versus Super Nintendo. But,
Nice job, Shove, to getting in that zone. I tell you, when Juzzcook got into that room the first time, we all just collectively gasped, and time slowed down. And to watch it back, that took only a couple of seconds. But in our perspective, at least in mine, that took forever. It was just like Matrix.
So what I've done here is I've broken it.
You got the kill screen. Woo!
Shosha, what did you do? Explain yourself.
This always happens to me. All I did was hit the on-off switch. This always happens.
So the secret ending there, winning. Whoa, yeah, getting the really pretty screen and winning the game.
Reset.
All right, 25 points for Shoujo for showcasing the kill screen of Super Mario World.
You did it. The game it just was afraid of your skills. The game was just like, no, I can't compete with her.
You know what? I'm really happy that didn't happen on stage.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to the Super Nintendo for being willing to, I guess unwilling, but being a trooper and going through all the stuff that we do to it to do all this stuff. So, I apologize to Shoujo's Super Nintendo on behalf of Shoujo. You did great, Super Nintendo. We love you. You're doing your best. Got one more level here in this segment to do it. I believe in you. And Shovda, tell us about the final level here, and you can go ahead and count us down this time.
All I remember is that there's a friend named Lara, right? Yeah. Lara the Pokey, and she's gonna help us along our way using LNR, and that's all I remember. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, good luck.
A big shout out. This level was made by HeroSoft and Whom Why Not, who are just a pair of great, wonderful, silly friends. And this is a very Hero and Whom Why Not level with the kind of narrative structure. This is the Wild Wild Westview, and they have to use Laura the Pokey here to help save these Goombas. See how they're saying help? And Laura has a couple of abilities. Laura can act like a shield to reflect that mole. If enemies touch the stranded Goombas, the Goombas will run away in fear and not be able to be saved. So Laura can reflect objects and act as a shield, and that's what they're using here in the first section. They spawn Laura in with L&R, and then there's a little tracker on the screen that shows where Laura is going to spawn. That's that little indicator that's floating around by Mario.
Wow. Yeah, this is another one.
And I want to point out, too, for... Oh, go ahead.
No.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to point out, too, for...
Glitch Cat.
Okay, well, for people that are unaware, there is sort of a visual lexicon of indicators in Super Mario World, and that helps the players understand what to do at a glance. So you're seeing both purple and gold coins that are hanging out here on the screen. Gold coins are common shorthand for do a regular jump, and purple coins are shorthand for do a spin jump. So it's letting the players know what they need ahead of time, because you have to spin jump off of Laura's head because Laura is sort of spiky.
I also love how practically every asset in this level is custom art. Really a striking appearance. It almost looks like a completely different game.
Yeah, the multiple layers of parallax scroll in the background is really beautiful. So here in Fail's screen, Laura can also ride the trolley, which is situated down there at the bottom. So they need to sort of unspawn Laura because Laura can't touch the blue flames that are hanging out. And so they need to make sure that Laura unspawns, call her back. You can press L or R to call Laura out, and then L or R to make Laura go back into the ground. So avoiding those blue flames and keeping up with the trolley there.
I was kind of sad that section wasn't a little bit longer. I hope in the director's cut that that little section where Laura can be on the cart is longer, because it was very cool. I thought that was a really cool concept.
So, Vale, what is this director's cut?
I believe that I'm sure BD and other producers may be in chat, but I believe the idea is they're going to work on a director's cut where a lot of the levels that were made a little bit friendlier are relay safe, maybe with nerfs or sections cut. Those will now be included, and I think that's the version that's going to be submitted to SMW Central to be officially hosted by the site. So essentially, it'll be more content, more awesome levels.
Yeah, we do have BD in the chat. It says, "Oh, don't worry about it. It will be."
I can't wait.
I think we're also planning on having a little reprise of the race once the director's cut comes out. So there might be a fun community event where folks can race the new versions of the levels.
Yeah, the version of these levels with no stage safety, says BD. Sounds fun.
Yeah, a lot goes into creating a game for Marathon in particular for GDQ. Having been a racer and also on the testing team for the 2022 relay, we're always making concerns about, is this too difficult? Are we going to be able to complete it in the given time limit? Because, nobody wants to DNF on a level. Oh, and here's my favorite part. You fail me. Getting to the mole pyramid. Nothing can actually hurt you here unless Fail were to, don't do it, jump into the blue spikes that are hanging out on the ceiling. But by bouncing off of Laura, the mole will bounce up a level on the pyramid, and the mole is also tracking Mario's position. So by manipulating Mario, isn't it fun? Yeah.
So stressful.
I had a lovely time with this on stage when I realized that nothing was actually going to come and get me here, and I just needed to hang out long enough. But yeah, by moving Mario around to manipulate Mario's position, the mole is also trying to track where Mario is. And by using the mole and Mario together, they're able to ascend the mighty pyramid.
Yeah, and I don't know if y'all noticed, everybody got to this checkpoint here on the train, which is, I love this asset here. It looks so good. Within 2 seconds of each other. So GG's. Wow. That was absolutely incredible.
Great clears.
Yeah. This is tied. So I think Fail got it first. And then Shoujo and Shubda are basically tied. That was absolutely incredible.
God, wow, that was crazy close. That's awesome.
Yeah. Probably 2 seconds between you. Jeez. We love a good sync on the final level. Well, everybody, excellent work. Just crushing through the SGDQ levels. And GlitchCat, thanks for all the insightful commentary, as always. This was great. And everybody, we're going to go into a short break here. This was just part one of our show, giving a closer look, a deeper look at, all the levels that went through the SGDQ 2024 showcase. Make sure as well to go check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/gamesdonequick for, and just go watch that race. Go watch the live race. It's super awesome to see, them figure it out real time. And now that you know a little bit that goes into it, you can see, how they must have been feeling on the stage, seeing some of this stuff for the first time. But when we come back from the break, all 4 of our runners here today have gone through and selected a handful of levels that they really like. They're going to be challenging the other 3 to race through them. So that's what we have to look forward to after the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you all soon. And welcome back to Game Masters. Hope you all enjoyed the break. This is the Game Masters Kaizo Edition special, going through a whole bunch of awesome Kaizo levels made by the community. Before we get into our next segment, I want to remind you all that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and Bitch Cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick, Hotfix. If you enjoy watching speedruns, consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us a lot, so thank you. And also, go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix for more info on our weekly shows and our weekend specials. So it's going to be our second segment here. And the way this is going to work is, we have all 4 of our runners who are going to be participating. So we're saying goodbye temporarily to GlitchCat on commentary because he is going to be playing. But all 4 of our runners have selected among their favorite race levels and are challenging the others to play them. So we're just going to rotate through all of our runners' favorites, and we'll see how the others can do. And I do want to point out that a lot of this is going to be sight reading. So Although our runners may have seen the levels, these are not practiced. They are not rehearsed. So we're going to do it live. And I have, we're bumping up the time to 10 minutes per level that they will have to race. And, whoever wins, wins. If nobody wins, we'll see who got the checkpoints first. But again, the points are made up and don't matter. But, I'll assign them, 100 points to everybody for being a great sport this whole time. Let's go ahead and bring in our first set of levels that Shoujo has picked out. So, Shoujo, what do you have on the dock for us?
So this first level is by me, and I picked it because it's by me. Yeah. So the first level, yeah, thank you. The first level is by me, which I picked because it's by me. The second level is a really cool level that's inspired by one of my favorite games, Casio. And then the third level is just really funny. So.
All right. Well, I can't wait to say it. Runners, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Awesome. So let's start, our first race in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck. Have fun.
Feline Yossi Paw. Cultured.
I love that Yoshi is saying good luck and have fun, of course.
There were baby Yoshis.
Thanks, Yoshi.
Yeah, there were baby Yoshis on the title screen. So, this is sort of the first level that I ever seriously made. I was asked very suddenly to make a level, and I said okay. Or rather, I offered to make one because I was making a series of levels for one of Shovda's in development hacks at the time. This was supposed to go in that, but it ended up being a race level, so I don't think it turned out too bad for what it is. Glitch is doing very well already.
The song also slaps so hard. What do you recall what this selection was?
I do not know.
I'm going to give 1,000 points to the Super Nintendo sound chip for just being another trooper, an aspect of the Super Nintendo that just has worked great for Kaizo games because you can get some really good sounding music.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. One of my favorite things to do is go to SMW Central and listen to the entire music catalog because people have made so many ports that you can. There's literally a radio mode that you just go through all of them. They're great.
And this is another thing where, it's easy to take for granted, you just got some music, it's like ported from a different game or something. But even just getting all this music to work is a monumental effort. So. Yeah,
the tools that are used in the community, like they are made by incredible people, and they are, it takes monumental amounts of work. So. Huge shout outs to everybody who's made making these happen. It's awesome. We get to do this.
And I guess I should mention this. So we're playing this from these are RHR levels, and what is this race that has been happening?
Well, so basically RHR is a community of people that are just really interested in racing, and they've been going on what is about to be week 300 of having levels that are raced every single week.
That is over 6 years, or almost 6 years, everybody. So.
They've been around for a very long time. They're also the founders of that group are also very important people in making the races at SGDQ happen. The level creators are very incredible. It's just a really awesome community of people. The racers are extremely talented. It's just a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Glitch Cat, how are you feeling? Were you a little cold being in the commentator booth for so long?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
Okay.
But I think I'm getting it.
You're warming up just fine.
I completely forgot this level.
Yeah.
You want to know how I can tell it's from my base? Do you know?
It's the death blocks.
Yep, it's the death block.
Yeah, this is like I said, it was for a project that Shovda was working on, so it came from her base.
Oh my gosh.
Glitch is making a lot of progress towards the end. Oh.
Yeah, I got twisted up a little bit, going the wrong way. I didn't miss that glitch, but so far I think you made it the furthest. So this is.
Yeah, I was trying to beat that cycle because you only have so much time with the lava.
I am sorry, Shovda.
I saw it didn't spawn.
That never got caught in testing, so it turns out. Oh, I'm sorry, Glitch. Yeah, it turns out that
That's
issue's
okay.
just there. If you hit the on-off switch too fast, the saw just doesn't come back. So, my bad.
I'm not sure
I'll
if
hesitate a little next
Just took
time.
this in the chat, but is this the time where you're gonna say "Oi"?
Oi!
And
Glitch is up at the very end.
oh, there's the door. Oh
Nice.
shoot!
Now we have now we have what I thought. So I replayed this level in preparation for this, and I would like to go to my past self and sort of slap her for thinking that 5 Resnors and shell jumps was a good idea. But at the time, I thought it was a really good idea. No problem for Glitch. GG.
Jeez, Glitch Cat.
That was really fun.
We also have fail on the Resnors. Or the Buoy Buoys if you play in Japanese.
They're pink. I like them.
Yeah. I need to request the pink Yoshi hat from JoJo now. GG's fail. And Shovda would have been done, but Shovda was just too fast. So has to intentionally slow down because she's too good.
Yeah, let me know when to call this because I don't think I'm getting through this level.
You got this.
You got it. We got about 3.5 minutes left on the 10-minute timer. Thank you for playing. Yeah, these are just, for an early level JoJo's, this looks pretty dang good. This looks awesome.
Yeah, Sojo game win.
Maybe I'll make one someday. I was thinking about it.
I say that with some fear in my voice because you're very talented.
My newer inspirations are like Casio, so I don't even know what I would make.
Yeah, you can take some ideas that I have for free because, if I would make levels, I would be a jerk. Trying to think of good Kaizo placement or anything. But one of the things I would do that I like to mess with people is you instill the fear early, and you add a couple things, 2 or 3 things with a very clear marker that this Kaizo block is here, and then you start learning to avoid it. And then you have a couple ones of safety. Then you can't trust anymore after that. It's okay, so many of them have had problems. Now I have to assume everyone has problems, even though most of them are good. But that fear is always going to be in your eyes. Does this one have a Kaizo block? Does this one have a Kaizo block? And then I'd make sure, whatever you do to avoid the first Kaizo blocks, I would take that into account that you're planning to avoid them, and then just add more and more and more, just to get as much mind games on the player as humanly possible.
Yeah, the subversion of expectations is a time-honored tradition.
Shovda made it in the door as we were talking.
Wait, how did that Resnor not get hit? Is it multiple hits per?
It's 2 hits per Resnor.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know why I did that either.
JoJo, why?
I don't know.
Did you know this was supposed to be for a beginner shell hack?
So Shubda, so I don't remember how many levels I made for this, but I
4.
remember that Shubda had to go through and nerf every single one of them.
You know, Glitchcat, your fear is warranted. All right. It's amazing. You know, there's a couple basic bosses. You got the Big Boo. You got the Reznor. I don't really see the Koopa Kids too much, but it's always interesting seeing the mechanics that happen.
Good job, Shubda.
Yeah, GG, 30 seconds to
GG.
go, Shubda. So, you know, well done. Well done. So congrats everybody on finishing. Again, these are sight reads that everybody's doing here. Some may have played these a long time ago, but none of these are rehearsed. And our next level is going to be week 190, A Paw in My Face by Ampersand. So Shoujo, what were you thinking? Why did you pick this level?
This level is this level is inspired by Casio Mario World, which came out in 2020. And when it came out, it was extremely experimental. It had obstacles that people really hadn't really seen before. And this is just sort of that philosophy in a race format. So I thought it would be fun to give it to the racers. Now, I do think this one's a bit harder. So I propose a race to the first checkpoint.
All right, sounds good to me. If everybody's ready, we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Well, best of luck.
This one is made by Ampersand. Big shouts to Amper. Amper is a lovely individual and admin for SMW Central. Just overall around great person.
And for a little bit of context about Casio, the first time I played it, it's only 8 exits. And I said oh, it's 8 exits. How hard can it be? 4 or 5 hours later, I'm stumbling into the first checkpoint.
Oh my gosh.
I was there for that stream, and it is something that I remember very well.
God, the big hammer bro on the floating platform, my nemesis in vanilla. Why are there so many? I mean, hammer bros in general are just such a jerk of an enemy.
Do you know his full name?
No, enlighten me, Shubda.
The amazing flying hammer brother.
Wow. I did not know that, and that's amazing. Literally amazing in the job description.
Yep.
Amazing hammer brother. One of the things that I really like about this level is the music and the palettes. This port was not created by Wyatt, who is the creator of Casio Mario World. But one of the big things about Casio was its soundtrack, which was comprised entirely of non-video game music. And actually, Wyatt had a couple of tracks of his own.
Wow.
So this one was not made by Wyatt, but this one is another port from The Field. It's called A Paw in My Face, which it's the same thing as in Casio. The levels were named after the songs in them.
That's cute.
Yeah.
This is actually ported by a porter named Jonah, another very, very talented creator and music porter. They've ported a lot of awesome songs.
Porting is a super cool activity. I've started to port a couple of tracks myself. I can't do anything as good as this, but I think music porting is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, I'm still just trying to process the steps needed. These hammers are so rude.
They are very mean. You can see the amazing hammer brother there. juggling all of those hammers.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I've
is
seen people
pretty
do
amazing.
7, but this many?
A lot of hammers.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit easier in low gravity, but you still got to get like the perfect form to throw your hammer in a perfect circle. I don't know if you've dealt with Earth's gravity before, but throwing something in a perfect circle is really, really, really difficult to do, if not impossible. So the fact that this hammer bro can do it, just a true testament to earning that amazing title in their name. They really have earned it. But I've seen Glitch Cut, you've gotten pretty far in this. I saw you get, I think, to like this quote-unquote second area of this, like before the checkpoint. So this is very impressive.
Yeah, I've had to figure out how to consistently dodge that first hammer, bro. I'm sorry, excuse me, amazing flying.
There you go. All right. Don't insult their title.
The one and only.
Now, this is another. I'm glad you picked this level, Shoujo, because this is another thing that I really appreciate in design. It's like, oh no!
Yeah,
the
checkpoint's
goal
right there.
was in frame by Glitch Cat. We have seen the halfway point.
Why football man no jump?
Yeah,
That
opportunity
is-
from
that's-
Vale also seeing the
That
checkpoint.
is
This really
hard
close.
jump.
That is a 6-year-old
I
meme,
didn't get the chuck
Shoujo.
gate fast
How
enough.
old now?
That's like a 6-year-old meme.
Wow.
But this is a good example of a level that like slows the player down intentionally. It's like you have these really slow moving, I don't know what these little like sea urchin like thingies are. But you have this whole section where you kind of just have to slowly move around it, like really think about all of your jumps. And there's a lot of times the most difficult things for me are these segments that are
Nice.
slow and fail. Good job getting to the first checkpoint. We're at 5 minutes and about 30 seconds here. But obviously keep on going. Who knows? Maybe we'll see it clear. I always get in my head whenever I slow down. I start to overthink stuff. I think that's really what makes it difficult.
One of the things that I like about this level design style in particular is that these obstacles are very simple in how they look. Like, oh, it's only one Podobo. It's only one ring of hammers. How hard can it be? And then it just is. It doesn't take a lot to figure. I don't feel like it takes too much to figure out what to do, with some exceptions, like figuring out how to consistently get past like the first group of hammers in this level. But
At this part past the checkpoint that fails that, like having to spin jump and go through the hammer ring, that's rude. That is so rude.
it's really cool though. I love this level so much. Amper did a great job with it.
Yeah, and
Glitch.
you can spin jump off of almost anything in this game. You can't spin jump off of a hammer.
Glitch, good job on the checkpoint.
Thank you. As soon as you say you can't spin jump on a hammer, that's just giving someone in chat some
Oh,
idea,
no.
like, I'm going to make a level where you spin jump
All
on
right,
hammers.
make sure to add me to the credits for your inspiration. There you go. Inspiration, Game Masters by Kiara_TV. Yeah. Just a bastion of ideas here. That's okay, you can have that one for free. Yeah,
That's one of my favorite parts about streaming Kaizo is I just kind of get to speak things into existence.
yeah, ASM of
If I'm not going to use it, someone might.
yeah, you're just chucking hammers and bouncing off of hammers, and like everybody's chucking them, but they're actual objects. All right, chat, get to it. No. That's another one of those things where it's like I forget who, someone alluded to it earlier, where it's like, oh, is this a huge ask? Are you asking for? I think Glitchcat, you were talking about this. Like, is this feature impossible? Is it doable? And those of us who aren't familiar with speaking to the Super Nintendo may not know. But I am now very
SNES
curious if that's
whisperers.
possible.
Fail making a lot of progress.
And just heads up, we just crossed the 8-minute mark. We have about 2 more minutes left here.
I got the checkpoint. I'm pleased. Didn't take 5 hours like real Casio.
Nice.
Go.
Failed finish. 8 minutes
Nicely
and
done.
37 seconds. GG's. Shoujo, even after you said, let's just race to the first checkpoint, but Fail says, no, going the whole way. Well
Fail
done.
is extremely good at this video game. Everyone here is
as we all
extremely
are.
good at this video game.
Yeah, I think everybody here is worthy of the title of Game Master. Ah, see, I dropped the name of the show.
Oh my goodness, it's the name of the
Yeah.
show. Yeah, funny story, I tested this level. I don't remember doing that.
Oh no, Glitch Cat with the critical mistake. For shame. Oh
I didn't
no.
know, I didn't know what was going on with that because well, we'll see. Just got to get back there and try again.
See, now because I have privileged information, I can act like, even though I could not do what any of these runners are doing, at least right now, I gotta act like I do, and then just, be completely full of myself. Like, oh, Glitch Cat doesn't know. Oh my gosh.
You can tell me to get good.
You've already done that.
Yeah, there you go.
though. You've already done that.
Gotta be a learner. Gotta be a learner.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll say go ahead and finish out the current attempt you are on.
I threw that attempt away because you were counting down.
All right, fine. You'll get one more.
Let's try one more. All right.
Don't say I never did anything for you, buddy.
Okay. I won't. Okay, all right.
All right, GG's.
Nice job,
Yeah,
Phil.
congratulations, Fail. So Shoujo has one more level for the Shoujo selection. I'm trying to think of like some fancy culinary term, but for this, what do we got for your final pick?
This is the rise and fall of a midair plumber. Glitch was talking about midairs. So what if, and hear me out, instead of making midairs extremely difficult, you made them really easy? What would that look like?
Oh my goodness. Well, let's find out right now. Get ready, and on 3, 2, 1, go.
So it's worth talking about. Yeah, so it's worth talking about sprite interactions here. Basically, after you kick shells, they have a non-interaction period with Mario. And basically what you need to do for midairs is you need to have the shell underneath you long enough for that non-interaction period to expire. Here, that has been reduced by half. So midairs become significantly easier now.
Love this song, by the way. It's very appropriate for this.
Job to making it to the next room. Glitch made it too.
We're all here.
Gang's all here.
Wow, Glitch Cat, that was smooth. Our first to make it to room 3. If you don't know what room a runner's on, conveniently by the pipe, respawn pipe. There'll be a number right there on the side.
So this level was made by Borgie, who also did the artwork for the SGDQ races. Very, very talented creator and artist. It's very wonderful.
Yeah, I can't shout out everybody enough. But, I will shout out You Fail Me for clearing that last level unexpectedly. So make sure you go follow You Fail Me and all of our runners here today. They're showcasing just so much stuff, ruining their hands for our entertainment. But hey, they do this all this time. They've got the calluses built up, right? At least for me, like the first time I did a big Kaizo levels. I think it was like Invictus by Just Cook, one of our relay runners. That was like the first one where like I played through it, and by the end I had like blisters on my fingers because I just went too hard for too long.
Speaking of Invictus,
I have a permanent callus on my thumb.
oh, me too.
Same.
Just get new hands, forehead.
That would do it.
That did do it.
Yeah, said by a woman that literally did that.
Wait, hang on. Is there something I don't know?
I had wrist reconstructions a few years ago for wrist pains. But yeah, so I literally have like mechanical wrists.
Whoa. Shout to that's so badass. Anyway, Fail has made a lot of progress on the fifth area, glitch on the fourth. I don't know how far this goes. Did we get a spoiler, Shoujo, how many rooms there are?
There's one more room after this. After the fifth, that is.
In other words,
It'd be really weird if all the racers had different versions where they all just stopped at different rooms.
So what's this trick at the end here? You have to like drop a P-switch and then jump on the P-switch as like a mid-air P-switch jump?
So it's the thing that you do, and as the first trick of the room is you do the same inputs as a regular midair, but instead of landing on a shell, you're landing on a P-switch. The silver P-switch will kill the munchers. And it's very forced. Trying to like put the P-switch on the munchers there won't work because those are sprite killing munchers, so they will just kill the P-switch. So it's set up in a very particular way to make sure that you do what you have to. Last midair here, and it's kind of ridiculous actually.
Precision.
It's very precise midair.
Oh,
That's hard.
jeez. Heckin' munchers. At least there's a checkpoint there. I believe. Oh, that was clean. The 22 GG's Fail. That was another awesome performance.
Great job.
Mid-airs are cool and fun.
Midairs are cool and fun.
I was going to say, if you're kind of used to the timing of regular mid-airs, something like this can actually be a little bit more challenging.
I completely agree. Yeah, especially the P switch ones are especially a little bit. You got to get used to those.
I was about to say, if Glitchcat first tried it, that would have been like 25 points easy.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm bad at midairs. That's why this was easy for me. It wasn't actually easy. This is still really hard.
GG's Glitchcat.
GG.
You know, for our weekly races, I tested this level, so I could have suggested nerfs that would have helped. You should make a secret door that only I know about.
The ultimate nerf.
So you tested it and Fail raced it, right?
I actually didn't
Okay.
race. Didn't race this week.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I was visiting family. It was a cool level though.
Incredible series of midairs.
Maybe it's weird to say it, but I'll say it for you. Fail is a really, really incredibly talented player and consistently one of the top finishers in our weekly races every week. Your gameplay is absolutely inspiring.
Thank you. That's very kind. I'm very thankful to have the races every weekend just to play a lot of really awesome levels and compete with a lot of really awesome gamers.
Gosh, this sucks. I was trying to find like some way to turn Fail into like a heel, the villain of the show. But he's just too nice. Like I can't. Everybody's
I don't
so
think you
nice.
can do that with anyone here.
Yeah, it's like I
think the
gotta
thing
be
with
the
Kaizo
I gotta
is-
be the jerk, you know, the enemy of the stream.
Kaizo is like so challenging that it's like we're all going through it together. You know what I mean? So we're like consoling each other. Like, oh, it's okay. Like I struggled on that level too. Don't worry. You know, like we're all going through the difficult thing.
And then you've got BK.
PK shows up to play messed up standard hacks and eat a bunch of donuts. And cape, of course. Can't forget the cape.
And Shoved, I'll say we'll do like three more tries here.
All right.
And if you make it to the next one, you can do like 3 more tries on that stage.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
All good.
Yep.
These are
Yep.
very, very difficult levels. So GG's everybody. And Shoujo, that was the last of your selections. And let me see who we got next. Fail, you cleared 2 of those. So we're gonna bring you into the commentator's booth here because you have selected 3 levels for everybody else to go through. So I want you to tell me about the first selection that you have.
Yeah, the first selection is by a creator who is no stranger to making race levels for the Saturday races. It's CO Kadelic. It was actually pretty hard to pick which level I wanted for everyone to race because they've made so many. But I picked one that's pretty unique. And I can comment on that when we get in the race itself. But CO is an amazing creator. They actually just released SMB2 game out into the wild as well. It's just extremely talented creator and player. And I just wanted to showcase one of their many levels. And kind of almost pulled a rabbit out of a hat just because there are so many to pick from. But hopefully everybody enjoys this one.
All right, so wanted to check with Shoujo since, coming off a little cold, having a little bit of a break there. Are you ready to go?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so let's get started. In 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, Pawn Palace by CO.
A water level.
Yay.
Yes.
Pride Pog. Any Pride Pog in chat?
Oh, I'm sure we can get some Pride Pogs in chat. Everybody, let's see your Pride Pogs.
So not only is this a water level, this actually starts out making the player go left, which is, some people have some very strong feelings about that in Kaizo Mario. I don't know how you guys feel about going left. Some people hate it with a passion, so I thought that was another pretty unique thing about this level.
I like water levels.
Yeah, this is a cool...
I think it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, this is a cool level because it's not fully, people think water levels, they think very slow pace, not a lot of action, but CO did a good job. This is actually tide water, so it's pushing you, it's forcefully pushing you a little bit to the left as you go, but yeah, just not a lot of elements that a lot of people work with, except for shout outs to Baba Yaga, who is a very well-known creator in the community, and they kind of pride themselves on making fun water levels. Another reason why I picked this level, I actually got to meet Baba Yaga at GDQ. He came all the way out from Hungary, a beautiful human being, and I just figured I'd showcase a water level. They actually have a race level, but I figured it's a little bit too difficult for this setting. It was I think the first clear on that one in the races was about 30 or 40 minutes, so I found a little bit easier water level to choose for the racers.
A lot can be said about the dolphin mechanics as well, and the way they work, and Glitch, excellent job at making it to the checkpoints.
Very nice. Yes, if I remember correctly, this section is fully in the water. It's not a extremely long section, but it kind of has you doing some things with some items, which item swimming is a pretty tough thing in Super Mario World. But obviously, all the players here have probably mastered it at this point. It's very, very common in Kaizo.
That's really hard.
It's very difficult. It's very you gotta have a pretty light touch, especially depending on how tight some people make the obstacles.
I'm still very early in my Kaizo career, so I haven't even played a cape level, so haven't run into one of those yet.
It's okay. Neither have 99% of Kaizo players.
I will soon, eventually. But right now, the things that are the bane of my existence are rainbow shells and item swimming. So it's good that you mentioned that. It is really difficult to do right.
Those are two big
Yeah.
hurdles for new players for sure.
I remember when I was starting out that exactly the things you mentioned, a couple other sprite-specific things like fishing booze, and just when you're trying to spin on like a saw and like maintaining your balance. There's a lot of I don't even remember this room glitches on. This is a funny little remix of the bonus game. Those blocks.
You don't see the bonus game used much.
Yeah,
do
you really don't. Very nice glitch.
My dolphin left me.
All right, very nice, Shovda. Oh no, I shouldn't have said anything. It's all my fault. You can blame me.
Cast your curse.
It's the commentator curse. It was all me. I didn't even see that fish there at the end. So there are a couple fish, and speaking of trolls and Kaizo blocks and everything, Vale, what do you think is like the most optimal place, the most optimal style of trolling the player?
Oh my goodness, I've been trolled in every single way you can imagine at this point. They're all, like you said earlier, so a lot of creators will try and get in the mind of the player, and they will be like, okay, well they're gonna dodge here to try and avoid the Kaizo, and then they put it in the place that the other place, like the place you're dodging to, and those are probably the ones that I'm the most susceptible to, because just the instincts tell you like, okay, well there may be a Kaizo block here. Let me dodge here, and then they just boom. The area you were trying to dodge was super safe, and they put it exactly in your like dodging area. So that's. I feel like you can get a lot of people, a lot of seasoned players like that. You probably won't get as many new players, but that's probably the way I'd go if you're trying to get somebody who's been playing Kaizo for a long time, because it just kind of eventually you get those instincts that tell you, okay, dodge. There's going to be one here, and then you dodge right into it.
Yeah,
Speaking of, Glitch just dodged a little bit of a Kaizo fish there himself.
I died to it once, and then I got back on the second.
I remember when I first played this, I was so impressed that fish can get you on both sides, and I thought that was really clever of CO to kind of.
Yumper doesn't count. Dang it!
Yump.
Glitch got it. 100 points to Glitch Cat
Got
for
it.
getting the yump at the end. GG's. I was trying to curse it for everybody else since I did shoved it really dirty. So, my apologies.
I've spent a lot of time practicing yumps, like perhaps an embarrassingly long amount of time.
I was happy. I got my first yump ever, like just a little bit ago. I felt like a god and that I could do no wrong. I was like, the code, I could see it. Everything was fine. I could beat anything, for a couple short seconds until I immediately died at the next level.
It is a really cool feeling. I'm just curious, Fail, do you have a record for yumps in a row? Have you played like 10 yumps for Yoshi?
Yeah, 10 yumps, which was created. There was just a silly little Kaizo game called 10 Yumps, created by Fire150, who's actually one of the relay creators. And then in one of the levels, you just do 10 yumps. It's there are 9 P switches, and then the final one is the big palace switch that Glitch just yumped off of. That's my record, I would say. But yeah, maybe I could do more if there were more presented in front of me. But yeah, it's a pretty silly little skill to hone. I feel like you don't really have a reason to unless you're really entrenched in the Kaizo hobby and are just looking to improve on kind of a random part of your game that never really gets much use except for trying to yump off the Switch Palace.
Yeah, big shout outs to CO. I've seen make an appearance in chat, so shout outs to CO for making the level you are currently watching.
Hi, CO. We love you.
Thank you for all the levels you've given us, CO. Very, very awesome maker.
Yeah, it's super awesome seeing a lot of the Kaizo community show up today. Y'all are great. All right, GG Shovda, you made it through.
GG.
This is just so scary, this lava hover that you have to do.
Yeah, those
What is
little
this?
Don't worry, the bonus game blocks you don't interact with. I forgot this was even in this level. It's just a funny little thing.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow, I am very far behind. Okay.
No, you're ahead of me.
It's okay. Just a heads up, we just crossed 8 minutes. So we got about, 8 minutes and 20 seconds. So we got about a minute and a half to go for. But yeah, this is... Swimming is always just scary in general because it's like you have a bit of a forced up-down motion, but there's a lot of like obscure SMW mechanics that like you don't really notice, but you can hold some buttons to change like how much like your vertical position changes during like a swim pump, which is kind of like essential for a lot of these segments. I actually can't even remember what it was because my brain did it automatically, so I don't even know what button it is, but there is something you press and like you'll kind of like stay more level in the water.
It's down.
There you go. Thank you for that.
Sorry, it's down, actually.
It's not, well, I mean, it's
Oh my
technically.
God, Theo! I take it back. I take anything nice I might have said back. I hate that. I don't hate you though. It's so mean.
You know, Jojo, you have made level. I think everybody here has made levels. And just like, anybody, quick question. We got, 10 seconds in here. So as we get, I'll just say, as we get out of this, let's go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so last attempt if you would like it, keep on going, but we'll go into the next one after this.
Okay, well, that was
So all
that
of
was
you,
bad.
yeah, GG's. So, actually, I'll finish this after we get to the next level. Fail, what do we got next?
What do we have next? I believe the next one is called Attack of Fuzzilla. Oh, yes, I remember that. This level is made by Mithrillionaire, who I thought may potentially be watching. They're another Kaizo creator, have made several different Kaizo games themselves. They've made a few different race levels. And yeah, I was like we said earlier, there are 300 weeks of these. It was really hard to go through and pick levels because they're just all so memorable and special. But yeah, I think once you get into this one, this one's just kind of funny. That's why I picked this one. It's also very fun, but yeah, I thought this one may be one that the chat would enjoy seeing as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do have Mithrillionaire in the chat, so it's so awesome seeing everybody who's made these levels be here, so we can see it. And this is going to be a question for everybody in chat, but also you four as well, who all of you have made some levels. But when you place a troll in a level, what goes through your head when you see a victim fall for it, hook, line, and sinker, get trolled by the troll? How does that make you feel?
My immediate answer is nothing because I don't do that.
Okay. Jojo's too nice.
For me, it depends on who it is. If I see Juzzcook get trolled, then it's hilarious. But if I see like a newer Kaizo player get trolled, then I kind of feel bad about it.
So I've been playing through one of Shovda's games, and Shovda has apologized to me so much throughout it. Mainly because of my stupidity, not understanding how Mario works, to the point where Shovda literally could not watch me because what I was doing was so awful. But anyway, yeah, I would get great enjoyments out of anybody falling for one of my traps. Probably no matter who it was, but I'm a jerk, so we'll leave it there. Anyway, are you three ready to go for Attack of Fuzzilla?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's start in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
City is under attack.
Oh no. Oh, that's a large fuzzy.
That's a large fuzzy.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember that this level was very memorable for me just because as soon as I spawned in, I was like, oh wow, this is who we're dealing with.
This kind of reminds me of like 50s and 60s, cheesy, horror movies, sci-fi movies, and all
Yeah, this level's pretty much completely designed around kind of escorting this large fuzzy throughout basically to the end of the level. And yeah, it's kind of going along this called 1F0 tile, which is what keeps it going. And a lot of the obstacles are built where you're opening the path so you can continue on.
I love this.
I really like fuzzies. I think they're like adorable.
It's such a silly enemy.
And I think they're actually, I think they're based on soot sprites. If you've seen like Spirited Away, the little soot sprites that work in the boiler room, I think that's what they're like supposed to be. It's just a guess, but they look pretty similar.
You know, I feel like I ask this question every single time I have Super Mario on at some point, but what is your favorite enemy, chat, from Super Mario World? So mine, I don't see it too often, so I wish that, you know, levels would be created more with it, but, you know, maybe they all exist and I just haven't played them yet. The hothead, the extra large, like flame orb thingy that goes around things and looks where it's going. It's so freaking cute. I love it. I can never get mad at that enemy. It's just vibing and having a good time. I love it so much. By far my favorite.
Yeah, I think a fan favorite sprite, for Kaizo players, would be the Rex. It's a very interesting sprite in the sense where it can pretty much be falling and you can almost just jump into it and still get a bounce. So in that way, it's very forgiving, and it's also very just like satisfying to platform off of. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of Kaizo players in chat that could probably chime in with their favorite sprites, or probably least favorite sprites. That's for sure. I know many people have some opinions on least favorite sprites.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting ones here. We got Baby Mario crying. We got the Fab comes in with the Kaizo 3 Bowser.
Oh, that's a good one.
Classic one.
The Mega Mole. A lot of people say Mega Mole. A lot of love for the Mega Mole. And then not Roy. So I guess heck Roy, I guess.
Specifically not Roy.
Specifically not Roy.
I'm glad nobody's getting down on my friends, the dolphins. I like them. They're fun. They're happy. They're not really an enemy. They're just out there having a good time. I like them a lot.
I like them when they're cows as well. So is the way the fuzzy moves, is it kind of like based off of Rainbow Shell mechanics? Or is it like a little bit?
I think it is Rainbow Shell mechanics, essentially.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly how it feels. And Shoujo,
Oh, so close.
so close.
I'm so sad.
End of the section is pretty tense. Nice little dance back and forth. Very nice glitch.
Don't be hasty.
That is an automatic checkpoint, luckily.
Whew.
Yeah, one really cool thing about this level that Mythrillionaire has done is that there's a lot of obstacles where you're spinning, you're just spinning, and then they make you trigger a outline block for you to land on to switch back to normal jump. There's a lot of really cool setups around just switching up your jump type, and then a lot of them are also set up to where if you're it's very, this was made for a race, so it's very readable. And since you can also kind of stall a lot on the big fuzzy, you can kind of take your time and look at obstacles a little bit more than you would have the time to in a level that wasn't built around a giant fuzzy. So yeah, I really admired the way this level was built as well.
Can we get some shout outs for the fuzzy bats also?
Oh, is that? Oh my gosh,
look
I
at
didn't
these
even
guys.
notice.
Yep.
Yeah, they're little fuzzy bats.
That's so good.
I'm not sure. If Myth is in the chat, I'm not sure who did those graphics. I assume that was a custom drawn or custom graphic by someone. That's a pretty awesome graphic.
Yeah, I saw Myth hanging out at the start of this, so.
I showed you.
Yeah, if you had that information, share, we'd love to shout him out. So. Again, lots of love from the Kaizo community here today for y'all, so good to see everybody having a good time. Type 1 if you're enjoying this Kaizo showcase tonight. I'm having a blast. I'm sure all 4 of the runners would be typing 1 if they could. Mythrillionaire drew the fuzzy bats themselves.
That's awesome. I kind of had a feeling. Didn't want to assume, but that's awesome. It looked great.
It's so silly. I love it.
This was a great pick for a level.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough level. So if it doesn't get beaten, you guys are still gaming. This is a pretty tough level.
Shoved at the final pipe here. Oh,
Almost.
That's so many close calls at that pipe. It ain't easy. Just a heads up, we're at 6.5 minutes, everybody. So again, for those of you who may just be going in, we're going through picks for all of our runners, like some of the highlight levels that they've played through recently or remember fondly. And we're allotting 10 minutes per each of these levels for our runners to get as far as they possibly can or clear it. So if no one clears, no pressure, no big deal. It's all okay. We get to enjoy the fuzzies.
His giant hitbox is it's easy to work with and also really difficult because it's 1, you have a big landing, but 2, it's enormous.
Yeah, definitely. There's several of the setups where you definitely are benefited from trying to swing out as far as you can to pull it away from you, but then it's also trying to go fast, so it's tough to balance.
Everybody here on the final section. It ain't. At least I'm thinking this is the final section after the check.
Yes.
Can anybody clear it in the final 2 minutes that we have? And everybody's gotten close. It's just getting that final fuzzy out of the pipe, which is not easy. This is also one of my favorite bits of ASM, the miniature pipes and the fast traveling through the pipes. It just feels so nice.
Glitches in there. Checkpoint. Last little journey across. There we go.
GG's
glitch.
Well done.
The city is safe once again.
Yeah, let's get a shout out for GlitchCat7. Make sure to go follow them. They are a wonderful person, very wholesome all the time. Also great at pinball. I played some pinball with Glitch at its most recent SGDQ. Always a blast, Glitch.
That Godzilla was awesome.
I love Godzilla machines so much.
Yeah, whoever picked out the machines for the GDQ arcade, I want to say thanks to them because that was really good.
So many good ones. All right, shoved us through the pipe.
Very nice.
We have 1 minute left.
It is a little bit sad. You did get to the end of the level and the fuzzy does fall into what looks like a pit of lava. So that's kind of sad, but just helping.
Maybe it's just going for a swim.
Yeah.
Like a fun water slide.
Yeah, I think there's levels where fuzzies just go under the lava. I don't think it hurts them too much.
Yeah, we can
Just
only.
thanks for. You're just playing with them. This is playtime for the fuzzy. Problem is the fuzzy doesn't.
Yeah, you
know
gotta
his
help him
strength,
find the water
right? So. All right, so we got their final 10 seconds here, everybody.
Oh.
Shoujo at the pipe. Can she connect and
Making
in
it safe.
through the pipe?
Very smart to take that save there.
Well done.
GG.
Nice.
All right, GG's Shoujo getting in at the buzzer. But Phil, you have one more level for the other three to race through today. This one is, I have it on my notes here. This is going to be yard lift by Twice Pipes. What do we got here, Phil?
This is Twice Pipes is one of my favorite race creators, so I had to pick one of their 3 levels. This is probably the easiest of their 3, but it's still pretty tough. So just getting to the checkpoint in this one will be very impressive. It may not get the full clear, but I love this level because it deals with sprite stacks, and you can kind of see that on the title screen where this vine is carrying the chuck up to this platform. So really, I believe D to the 4th created this ASM, and a lot of people have utilized it over several years. And this level's just, it's got some brainy setups. It's got a really nice flow to it. And I just wanted to show Twice Pipes some love. They're one of my favorite creators. And hope the racers have fun.
All right, get ready, everybody, because you're going to be starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, this level deals, like I was saying, it has these, you could see this, Rexes normally aren't carried onto vines like this. And you'll see most of the setups involve either vines or something that is stacked with a vine. And,
It's a hothead! Sorry.
Yep,
My favorite.
There's a hothead.
Yes.
And this first obstacle is actually a pretty good exhibition of how I was saying the Rexes have very, very forgiving hitboxes. You can see it's pretty much falling, and players are jumping right into it to get that second bounce. And it kind of I feel like if you're not familiar with Super Mario World, it probably looks like you would die, but since it's a Rex, you just get a bounce because they're good sprite.
I'm so happy to see a hothead. Just look at him. It's so cute. It's just, they even blink, and you can never get mad at a hothead. They're not aggressive to the player. They're just doing their thing.
Did you know that the hothead's blink is actually an RNG call into the code? It is not a consistent blink from what I understand.
That's a neat fun
That's
fact.
a great fun fact. I love the hotheads even more. This is also a great thing that we saw, Shove to do. We have to race to the top of the vine. That has a magic block on it before it becomes inaccessible. So right there on Shove to screen, I just love that. Really creative level here.
Yeah, there's definitely several of the setups. You're racing the vine to either get whatever's on top of it, or either that, or it's going to put something up there, and you need to fall on or jump off of it as it falls. Yeah, it's just got a really nice flow to it as well. Once everything comes together, it's one of those levels that's a little hard to read on the first initial pass of some of the obstacles, but once you kind of put everything together, it has a really nice flow to it.
I'm confused.
It's all good. There's a lot of really silly mechanics with the vines, especially with how they can eat blocks.
Yeah. Yeah, you can actually see at this part with the glitches that you have to grow a vine to get rid of an outline block. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to pass. So that's actually a good demonstration of that mechanic there.
I know you can also just go through terrain. I'm not sure if that's a coded ability or just how that it behaves. It's always super interesting.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, I get it now too.
They're beginning to understand, Phil. They're beginning to understand.
That is, I think every Twice Pipes level I play, there's at least one obstacle where it's an oh moment. Yeah, and those moments are tough when you're in a race as well. That was one great thing about the relay is the levels were a bit puzzlier, a bit not as straightforward as some of the previous relay levels. But yeah, just having a team of 3 other people to be like, okay, what do we need to do here? And then usually at least one person has an idea that ends up being close to, if not the solution. It's definitely a little bit tougher when you're just on your own and nobody to bounce off ideas.
Oh, jeez. This looks really hard. It's a good
It
pick.
is.
Yeah, this is a lot of people have used this ASM. I would say I've never really seen anyone use it in this way. There's a lot of in terms of the sprite stacking, a lot of people will, like stack a bat on a pencil, but I haven't seen too many people too many people do a level with like explicitly just this vine mechanic. So definitely left an impression on me. Glitch on a really good
Wait,
run.
Glitch is cooking. I see a pipe.
Very close.
5-minute warning, everybody. Yeah, utilizing the Koopas to get the kick is always something that's really interesting. I think I'm on a
blue
level
Koopas-
right now where I have to do that. Yeah, I am. I am doing a level with that. We have to just manipulate. You kick a shell, it'll get knocked back into a position, then kick it again, so you can now jump on it. So it's
Yep.
kind of like a vanilla way of recharging a shell.
Yes, blue Koopas are notorious for being pretty versatile, but also being pretty janky. Oh, and glitch.
Nice
Very
glitch
nice.
through
Glitch in
the pipe.
Yep, that was great. Yeah, blue Koopas they're something. When they work very well.
I like to talk in races, especially sight reading races. There's sort of a dichotomy between consistency and one-shots. Whether or not you're going to be consistent enough at an obstacle to keep getting tries at the part you need, or whether or not you're going to one-shot something and learn what's coming up or make some progress that way.
Yeah, I really like this obstacle that Glitch is on with this baby Yoshi, or it's a Yoshi that's in an egg. Essentially, when you get there, I remember my first thought being, "What the heck do I need to do here?" It's very cool because you need to actually time when you hatch the Yoshi to where it eats the Koopa, and then that causes the vine to start growing. It's just, when it happens, it's like, oh, that makes sense. But one of those obstacles, you get there and it's like, what the heck is this? I really like a lot of the. I mean, once you've played a lot of Kaizo, I feel like you end up seeing a lot of stuff that you've seen before. So I'm always very impressed when creators are able to show new obstacles that kind of like, really surprise me and yeah.
This level loses some points for me for hurting the ninjas. Ninjas are some of my favorite enemies, and I don't like when we hurt them.
Oh, this is...
Oh,
shit, that was so close.
I saw it.
The
I saw what to do.
The final door. Glitch has all the lore.
I also apologize. I know this is a little bit of a D-pad check. I did not honestly think about that too much when I picked this, so I apologize if anybody doesn't like vines. I know one of my friends and creators, Beef Stew, completely hates vines, and I didn't quite think about that. So apologies if anybody is not a fan of the up button.
So close, Glitch. You're right there. Got our final 2 minutes here. I believe in you.
It's tough when it's a hard trick right at the end because you have to keep farming attempts. That's what I'm kind of talking about with consistency. That the more times I can get back there, the more chances I'll have to try something else or try a different order of operations.
All right, so we are in our final 60 seconds for this level and for this half. So we'll go into a break after this level finishes.
I didn't realize those note blocks. I don't think they're vanilla, unless they are. Are there certain note blocks you can't hit from the side?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's hard to distinguish them because my thought was you have to hit it from the side and then do a shell jump of some kind instead of just hit the note
for
block
sure.
with the shell.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, it's like I said, this is definitely a bit of a more puzzly entry. It's tough for a race, especially 10 minutes. If I remember correctly, the clear time when this was raced in the races was definitely 15 minutes plus. So
All right.
tough one.
I love when the vine is kind of like detached from its stem. It's like kind of like half a block over, but it's still going. It's great.
Yep.
Oh, Goomba.
All right, Glitchcat, I'm going to give you one more attempt on this before we head in.
This one I'm on right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Pressure's on. Let's see. I'm still not exactly sure what my game plan for the end is. So if I get there,
Block jumps.
I'm just gonna have to improvise. Yeah. I guess I want to get this first. Oh no, because I don't. Oh, that's silly. All right. I shouldn't have. I didn't need the grab block to throw up at the turn blocks below there. I could have hit that with my head. I wasn't even.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, close enough.
No, that was really good. We got to see most of it. That was really awesome
GGs.
to see. And shout outs to Twice Spies. Like, I feel like most of the creators of the levels we've been playing have been showing up. So Twice Spies, awesome level. That was super, super good. And welcome back from the break, everybody. We're in our final segment where we're going to see Shovda's and Glitchcat's picks for levels they would like the other racers to go through and race on the stage for y'all. Before we get into that, a couple quick announcements. GDQ's next all-women and femme speedrunning event, Flame Fatales, returns August 18th through the 25th. Use !FF in Twitch chat to check out the schedule and let us know what you're looking forward to the most. And GDQ is also going to PAX West from August 30th through September 2nd. The schedule is now out, so use !PAX in Twitch chat for more info and let us know what you're excited to see there as well. All right, Shovda, we got a level by Shovda here to the starts. What do we got here? And we can count our runners then whenever you're ready.
We have a nice little cape level for everybody. I'll count in now and then explain a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, go. So my skill set in Kaizo is a little bit different than everybody else's. To that point, I spend a lot of time playing cape levels, cape games, and so I felt that one thing that was missing from ROM hack races, a couple hundred levels into the races, was cape with vanilla turnaround, which means that there is no turnaround patch. Your turnaround is 50-50 whether or not you look left or right after you twirl. And I just wanted a little bit more of that.
So a little bit more chaos.
Yep. But it's fairly easy once you know what you're doing to control that chaos, I would say.
Is it like truly
I
a
maintain
coin
that-
flip every time?
It is. It flips back and forth on I believe, a 4-frame window. So there are people who can read that, especially after a first turnaround. But
Sorry,
yeah,
the fake out goal that Fail just went to, I was like, dang, Shovda picked a super easy level here. They're like, no, that's not the end. That's so rude.
I maintain that dealing with non-patched turnaround is a valid skill. If that makes any sense.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
What are all these mixed messages? Shoved. What's going on here?
What do you mean?
I see the arrow pointing right after you just came from the left.
Oh, those are actually telling you which way you want to be facing when you go down the next hole.
Smarts. Way smarter than me. I'm also noticing these like uncollectible coins.
Yeah, that was an accident. They're just act as 25, which means regular air. GG fail.
GG's fail.
Nice.
I'm also a huge fan of the unpatched cape turnaround, along with Shovda.
Jeez. Both Glitch and Shoujo here on the second half as well. Good luck to you too.
I've been taking this really slowly.
One of those where like, you take it slowly and I just get in my head every time. Make mistakes I wouldn't normally make.
It is very very nice glitch.
Very nice glitch.
It is a really nice open level, so if when you do get the failed turnarounds, you do have a lot of space to work with. So yeah, if you've put in a lot of time, like most of us have, getting good at cape and vanilla cape, it's a little more forgiving than it looks, but also still very hard.
I love the back pumping and just like it just looks silly. I love the sprite. The cape sprite in general is one of my favorite sprites in Super Mario World. It's just a funny animation, especially when like you're not pumping right, you're not getting air. You see like Mario just bobbing up and down. And it's amazing.
The cape is one of the deepest and most ancient rabbit hole wells of tech in Mario World.
GG, Shoujo, all of you did awesome there. Super impressive. But Shovda, you had picked out 2 levels instead of 3, and I think there's a reason for that, because the next level is quite a doozy.
Yep. The next level is titled Bad Money by Linked at X2, and I feel like we need to give credit to our Kaizo forefathers and foremothers and 4NBs. And Eldad has been around for a very long time, and we gotta respect that.
Mm-hmm. Love it. The advanced Kaizo arrays and the menu. And if you need it, I have it over here. What week is it?
7.
Oh, I think we're good. I think
7.
we're good. There we go.
This is one of the first.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready?
All
3.
right.
All right.
Yeah,
3,
go ahead.
2, 1, go.
Good luck. Good luck.
There are no judges that await you, only the executioner, says Eldad. Alas. As the name implies, and as our players are finding out, grabbing coins is a bad thing in this level. It will destroy you to grab any money, which is why it's bad.
Greed is bad. A lesson I didn't expect to get from Kaizo.
You got to be kidding me. I don't know who to be mad at.
What's wrong, Shoujo?
Put a coin snake here.
So the coin snakes are controlled with the D-pad, as I found out very recently when I was forced to control coins with the D-pad, and I was so confused with what I was supposed to do, which is always a problem because you move Mario with the D-pad. So you have to kind of fight moving Mario and moving the coins at the same time to make sure they both end up where they need to be.
I think it's just neat being able to control two things at the same time.
I don't like it.
Oh, come on.
Yo, nice checkpoint glitch.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
love.
I was avoiding Kaizo blocks.
Yeah, I do love
I
like
didn't know if there was one or not.
the coin blocks as well. Being able to hit so that obstacle with the shell was really good. And this is super creative right here. Wow.
Yeah, if Yoshi eats a berry, you get a coin. Eldad's a cheeky one.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, this part that Shoujo's on, that wall where half of the surface area gives you a coin. Just making the shell jump even harder.
No, of course there's coins in those blocks. Of course. What else would be in the block? Of course it's coins. Maybe it's a thing that helps me. No, it's coins.
What did you like? How did you not expect that at this point, Glitch?
I don't know what I expected. It's something for me. No. Some treasure.
I do love the general sense from the Kaizo level creators is that everything can be an obstacle if you try hard enough. Everything.
And there's the H for
Subverting
fail me.
expectations.
This was a coin, right? Of course.
Yep, yep.
Had to check with the knowledge.
No. It's always coins. Oh my.
Good reads from Fail here.
Oh, jumped right on the berry.
Oh, these berries. Great pick. This is such a cool level.
I'm very curious how you even like. I'm trying to think. This whole time I've been thinking about, okay, if I was playing this, what would I do? And I can never come up with the solutions fast enough. And this segment that Fail and Glitch are on, I don't know. I have no idea how to even progress past it.
There's a big lexicon of skill and weird, obscure properties in Kaizo, so sometimes just being well studied, right? You know the property they're asking you for in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you could ask the average Kaizo player, and they probably wouldn't even know that like eating something with Yoshi gave you a coin. So it's a really cool that Link Dead essentially built a whole section around that kind of unfamiliar vanilla mechanic.
Yeah, when Yoshi's mouth passes in front of a berry, he automatically eats it, so it's a trick of positioning to try to avoid that. Yeah, that's tough.
And this is why, by the way,
feeling.
everybody who plays Kaizo should spend a little bit of time speedrunning vanilla SMW. You learn cool little tricks like this.
I ran in the 6. Does that
That
count?
absolutely counts.
Yes.
I think Fail's the only one here who hasn't run vanilla, actually. Shoujo and I both did one-handed 11 exit at one point.
One-handed.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
You
need...
guys, made food percent look pretty enticing.
Oh, that's right. I've done food percent too. I forgot about that. I repressed it.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to shout out the GDQ YouTube channel where all these hotfix VODs will be. Yeah, make sure so Shovda did SMW food percents last week. And food percents, so you play SMW, but you have to eat a food item corresponding to the level that you beat. It's like Soda Lake, that's soda. Butter Bridge, you take a bite of butter, baby. And you eat an entire donut, a full-size donut, for every single level in Donut Plains, which I don't even know how is humanly possible. So
It's a good time.
yeah, you should all go watch it.
You should watch it, but do not do it at home, please. Leave it to the professionals.
Don't try this at home.
What about when they get to entire Pizza Mountain?
or a vat of Ham Valley. Yeah.
I want someone to make a level called Vat of Ham Valley. Oh, that's so funny.
Here I'm trying to come up with a creative name, but I can't. Oh, I didn't even think about this. This is so cool with this segment fail.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's like a
Yeah.
obstacle course.
Also, a nice, enjoyable time here. Nice, chill tune.
Yoshi does not want to do food percent.
The anti-4% level.
Yeah, he's a little full right now.
It's hard.
I'm just mesmerized watching this. It's so creative.
There's a tech trick to get Yoshi to eat the 1-up and not the berry, and it involves which direction on the D-pad you're holding when you actually stick his
I'm really
tongue out.
confused at what JoJo just did there. The apple moves and then stopped animating, like the 1-up turned into an apple. That was cursed, but amazing. Just S&W things, I suppose.
Yeah, as the one who just did it, I couldn't tell you either.
You did it again! Yo, Shub, do you know what's going on here? Chat, you know what's going on here?
I believe it's because they're already eating the 1-up that the berry gets uneaten and kind of becomes an object instead of a sprite there, or whatever, instead of an animating object, I guess.
That's really cool.
I think that's also involved in the credit warp.
Yeah.
I think you have to do that to a couple berries on purpose.
What a magical video game. It really is. So close there, fail.
Man. Too many apples.
A lot of apples.
It's difficult because Yoshi kind of turns around slowly. Mario turns left and right more quickly, and Yoshi kind of swings his head around. So avoiding those apples in that one tile gap is really challenging. Dude.
Yeah, we have all three of our runners here. Or who the first is going to be, if they will get there before time is up through this segment. Oh, so many super close ones. JoJo almost getting through.
All right. Wait, hang on. I think I get it.
Glitch is cooking. Stand by. Pause. Don't literally pause.
Or not.
The lore is being downloaded.
That's a tough level.
And then undownloaded. Maybe downloaded again. think Shoujo has made it furthest with the, I think, almost complete lore now. And for those of you wondering, we are spending a little bit more time on this level. Shubda only picked 2 levels, so this one's just getting a little bit of extra time due to the difficulty. That being said, we got 5 minutes left on this one.
Okay. Gotta say, this is so much easier than playing with the crowd roaring at you and having to switch chairs and stuff.
All right, hang on. Let me pipe in the crowd audience recordings here. It's like, all right, woo, orb, something, etc.
I mean, I appreciate it. But... I mean, we can just have GDQ at my house if you want. I can't fit everybody, but you know, could hang out out back.
Go back to the days of running an event from someone's basement.
Oh, that would be cool. If I ever do a remote run, I'll do it from my basement.
Heck yeah.
just for nostalgia.
This is where speedrunning was born, in the dark of the basement.
My basement's pretty dark.
Oh my gosh, Shoujo's like pixels away from making it through that final 9-pack of apples.
Yeah, that's the one that's holding me up too. I'm not sure.
There's been several really close attempts. Yeah, Shubda, this is a great pick. This is a really creative level. I mean, every single level's been creative, what am I saying? But
For sure. I was playing through all of the race levels in the practice room before the GDQ relay, and this one really stuck out to me.
Shubda's made it through the pipe, or Shoujo.
Shoujo.
The 2 names with S-O-H-O are confusing me so much. It's like, I know both of you very well. I love both of you, so I apologize for messing them up all the time. But wait, there's more. There's even more. But they're opposite. They're clear coins.
Yep, these coins, when you run over them, will become regular coins.
The danger coins. About 3 minutes left here.
I'm never gonna eat another apple again.
Team
That was
Apple
me.
or Team Berry?
I'm on Team Berry, yeah.
No love for Team Tomato.
I think we all know those aren't tomatoes.
I don't know. Is there like an official designation of what these are? Or did Nintendo just go, this is fruit?
Nintendo has called it a bunch of things. Not even Nintendo knows what it actually is.
Of course. I thought Nintendo knew what was up because, they made the Zelda timeline and all that. Very official, very well thought out.
Someone who's running through it. No, it isn't.
You cannot trick me with your coins, Eldad. I remembered.
Still just like a nice, happy, chill music for this.
Mine is not happy and chill.
So, since I don't think we're going to see the ending, can I spoil what the end troll is?
Sure.
What do you got?
So, at the very end of this level, you're supposed to hit the goal tape, but if you how does it work again? If you don't hit the goal tape turns into a coin, which you then collect and kills you. But I believe also there is an item at the end that if you don't take through the goal to turn it into an item or to turn it into like a power up, then it also turns into a coin and kills you.
All right, GG's to Glitchcat for also making it through the pipe here. But let's go to like the final 30 seconds here. So like everybody can put in like 3 more attempts or so to get as far as they can. But you know, Shoujo, first to make it through the pipe, through all those apples. So you're gonna get 250 points.
Yay! Meaningless internet points.
Yay. Don't spend them all in one place.
You can spend those?
Yes. I don't know what you've been
On
doing.
costumes
with all the
for your
points I've been
avatar.
giving to you. Yeah.
I get one more.
You know, I never did this as well, but you know, you can have 100 more points for changing the Yoshi hats when I ask you to. So
I forgot I did that. I can't really see what I'm wearing, so.
we all can, and it looks cute. That's great. All right, everybody, last attempt here. So when you die, we're done, and we'll go on to Glitch Cats. You have some levels coming up. Final set. All right, good luck, Fail. One more attempt through the apple gauntlet.
Well,
GG's.
not quite. Tough level.
Super neat. GG's, everybody.
Yeah, very awesome.
That was an awesome pick,
GG.
Shubha. Thanks for picking it. But Glitchcat, your time playing is over. I'm going to reel you back into the commentator booth with me because you have 3 levels. These are our final 3 levels of the night. Playing all these in like no particular order, by the way. We're not like, oh, all the levels before were okay, but these are the actual secret best levels. Now, everybody selected some stuff. We're just playing them. They're fun. And Glitchcat, what is the first one that you have for us? What do you got?
Okay, yeah, this is really neat. This is Planet Nowhere from Furpy McFrosting. You've seen Furpy's levels at the 2022 relay, and they also made a level for a Mario Maker relay at GDQ a while ago. Furpy is such a really, really cool and interesting maker. They're always trying to kind of subvert expectations, and whenever I see their name on a level, I never know what to expect. So I thought this level would show off some really cool customization and some really cool gameplay.
All right. Runners, are you ready?
Yep.
Ready?
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
So I hope you like V, because
D6.
V6. So yeah, we're gonna be switching gravity in this one. You'll see that pretty soon here.
Whoa.
So the glass blocks are fragile, and you have to jump off them very quickly. And the on-off blocks reverse the direction of gravity. So the little clear glass blocks will break. Gravity is reversed with the switches, and the arrows, the yellow arrows, will show the players where screen wrap is enabled. It's not enabled everywhere, but it is enabled where the arrows indicate.
How?
So wow, Sojo, okay, amazing reads there. I also really like this strange kind of alien wiggly background thing. I don't know, are they buildings? Are they strange alien creatures? I don't know. But Furpy's style is always just so above and beyond, and I really like and respect them as a level maker so much.
Yeah, here's my theory. We're at the microscopic level, so those are like, you know, individual like pieces of DNA or cells, singular organisms, or some other microbiology.
I like that, yeah. Furpy also made a level for the 2022 relay where it was that mode 7 level where the level keeps rotating and zooming in and shifting and expanding. That was also Furpy's.
Yeah, that one is a highlight.
And yep, yeah, and that was one. You know, I think they were trying to top that a little bit for Shattered Reality from the previous relay. But yeah, Furpy's been around for a long, long time, and just every time. I mentioned something like in my chat, and I'll say like, oh, conventionally this happens in Kaizo, or we do or don't do that. And Furpy will just chime in like, what if we did the opposite? Like they're always trying to think of how to just subvert expectations, and I think that's always kind of been a thing in Kaizo. It's just sort of doing the thing that you didn't expect, either with trolling or with some kind of custom mechanics. And I think Furpy just really excels at that and makes marvelous creations.
You know, I do like this chat theory here. Those are just pool noodles in the background. Everybody's just waving them.
Oh, there you go.
That's the great thing about stuff like this. It's up to the user to interpret it. Who knows? Maybe there's official lore of what it actually is.
So using a little bit of shell tech with this as well, you know, throwing the shell and getting the shell to hit switches while they're moving through, and then the purpley coins are kind of indicating where and when they want to throw that shell. This one, again, might be a little bit of a tough one. You know, we'll see. Sojo kind of making it look easy, though, getting to the spring part of that. But I think this level is well indicated, and I think Furpy as a maker really does a good job of taking something really wild and far out like this and making it accessible. Oh, fail.
Uh-oh. I think I messed up.
Oh, my.
I don't think that was intended.
Oi!
Oi. But, you know, I mean, one could do incredibly challenging and cryptic things with this kind of a gimmick, and Furpy just has this excellent restraint, I guess, maybe you could say, in their level design, where they just seem to know exactly how much is too much and how to kind of guide the player through a difficult gimmick rather than just bamboozle them with it.
A lot of good progress being made here.
Oh, this is cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there's fail. Figuring it out.
Very cool.
Yep. Gotta use the shell and the spring at the end there to kind of loop yourself around. But it's tough to think when the gravity is reversed. You're doing the same kind of jumps. The physics are the same. The jump height and regrabs and things work the same. But it's difficult when you're upside down.
So it's not like inverted controls.
Oh, nice timing,
it's just, Oh, wow.
Yep, no, not inverted controls. Left and right still function the same. You just happen to be upside down. And that is something to note, you know, just, I don't know, because I like to try to tailor the commentary towards people that might not be as familiar with Kaizo. You know, we hear people talk about regrabs or slow fall. For those that don't know, I'm sure most people do, but Mario falls more slowly when you are holding the jump button in midair. And I think that comes into play here a little bit to slow you down as you're falling down or up in the level. And then a regrab is a method of double tapping the jump button to change the horizontal trajectory of a jump by slowing yourself down halfway through it and getting a wider horizontal and a lower vertical on the jump.
Yeah, this is just a super awesome level to watch. A lot of these levels are just really good where, you know, a lot of the moves are really precise, but you can also just appreciate the beauty of the movement when it all goes cleanly. It's super awesome. Shoujo through
Nicely
the door.
done, Sojo.
Let's go.
Very good. Nice. So a little bit of a trick now. Whenever you're inside the barriers, gravity is opposite of what it already was. So now the barriers are going to be switching gravity as in addition to the switches and everything else going on.
So much to unpack. Just leveling up the mechanic.
I think, yeah, you know, a lot of this is really like, you know, the tricks look flashy and sometimes they're full of subtle tech and things, but I really enjoy Kaizo that looks good for an audience. You know what I mean? Because this is such a kind of a visual medium. It's often streamed or at marathons or whatever. So I really like stuff that just, I don't know, just plays well. And even if you don't really know what you're looking at, you're seeing wild things happen and it's just entertaining in that way.
Got a 3-minute warning for the runners here.
No. Sorry, I was hoping I didn't pick levels that were too challenging.
No, it's
you know, like was mentioned before, we have we're about to celebrate our 300th race over on our channel. That's coming up on this Saturday on RHR, and it was really difficult to kind of go through and pick 2 to 3 favorites from the giant catalog that we have of levels. And fail, nicely done.
Yeah, you're good. You know, playing through these, like, it's hard to just, like, go through an unpracticed Kaizo level and do it. Especially, like, live in front of an audience. So, no worries at all for anybody not finishing. It's really hard to do, and it doesn't change that this is awesome to see. All of these wonderful levels.
And Furby's doing a really good job here of indicating the path. You see that kind of pinkish coin that indicates where to throw the shell, and the gold coins indicating where the player actually wants to move. And I don't know, I think that's it's a difficult thing to hit, right? And some makers lean more into the cryptic side of things, looking at you, Morsel, where the setups are cryptic, but the result is really cool gameplay. And I think Furpy just does such a good job of kind of riding that line between an incredibly far out gimmick and functionally readable. Like, even if you're just kind of holding on, you still can figure out the path fairly easily after a few tries.
Awesome.
Ooh. Hey, Shavda, nice job.
GG's.
Getting to that checkpoint as well.
Our final 90 seconds here, everybody. Yeah, and I do see we have a lot of people unfamiliar with Kaizo in the chat here, so I'm glad that y'all are having a good time. And remember, like, there's so many varying difficulties. You don't have to do stuff as hard as what we're showing off today. I just talked about it earlier in the stream. You can really find any number of games for any number of difficulties. Like, really, there's any level of gameplay. You can go from, like, you know, basically being able to beat vanilla SMW through stuff like this and way beyond what we're seeing here. So it really is something for everybody.
If I may,
Go ahead.
I'd like to recommend a plumber for all seasons. That is what we'd call a standard hack. So it's not Kaizo, it's just standard difficulty. Nice job, Sojo. Let's go.
Door.
But really beautiful. If you've played the original Mario World, you will have a really fun time playing Kaizo, or a plumber for all seasons. That's on SMW Central. And so now for this boy fight, we've got the shell that is hitting the switch up there and flipping the gravity, and also the barriers, which are also flipping the gravity. So Sojo, she does not want to go up into the munchers in the ceiling, and she's attempting to figure out how to avoid doing that by matching her movements crossing the barrier with the shell hitting the switch, and of course having to actually hit the Resnors from below.
Gosh,
But this was kind of a tough one. Y'all are being troopers about this one.
so close. We're past the time, but you know, Shojo, I'm gonna give you like a couple attempts here to do it since you're so close to the ends. I believe in you.
Nicely done.
Very nice, Shojo. GG's. And you know, Fail will let you finish the one you're currently on before we get into the next level, which is going to be
level.
GG's Fail. So next up we have Abstract Evening. This is week 126 by Mason_SMW. Love shout outs to a fellow member of Team _. I have a connection with everybody.
I think I might have made some difficult picks for this, so we could always just judge by progress. Sorry.
It's all good.
Sometimes I'm a bad judge of what is like difficult or not, but this is a really interesting level. Quiet Mason is a really talented player. They draw from a lot of experience with tech, glitch abuse, vanilla. They really just kind of know it all, and so it's really interesting to see sort of what a virtuoso decides to make. I like this level too because it has sort of one gimmick that gets explored in a lot of detail. So we can go whenever you're ready.
Let's start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, it's the D4.
And of course, some D to the 4 thanks, because she's just done so much, and really you can't throw a stone in Kaizo now without running into D4's name.
Chat's D4.
Yeah, and like innumerable amounts of credits for, you know, helping make a lot of these games possible.
Yep. And so we got some more D4 tech here. These blocks. We're seeing how this works. When you hit the yellow block, it will produce a brown block in the direction of the arrow. And we're going to use that to do a lot of tricky platforming. And we're going to see this gimmick iterated on in a lot of really cool ways. So a little bit of platforming. See how this kind of going for the shell jump. Okay. How this level is kind of there's some platforming. There's a little bit of tech abuse. There's an interesting custom gimmick. I like that from Mason. They really just kind of walk all paths. And I don't know. I talk about Kaizo as kind of a branching tree of skills. You can learn some platforming. You learn the glitches or the vanilla interactions. Maybe you would want to go more for shells. Maybe you would want to go for cape or something. And for those that really get into it, you kind of end up learning all of the tech. And when you put that all together in a level, you get some really interesting results.
It's always amazing how much there is and how often, veterans who've been doing this for, a decade at this point or more, still get surprised by new ways you're able to just create stuff in this game, in this engine.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier, the bosses in this, and every time I think I've seen, okay, there's no way we can come up with another new concept for Big Boo or Reznor. As soon as I think that, someone always does. There is always another Reznor. And I absolutely love that. It keeps me sticking around in Kaizo personally, and it's just really, honestly, it's beautiful to see new things coming out all the time.
It's a good exercise as well, because if you give hey, here's a task, go design something, go make something with this. And you can think about it really hard, and almost always, at least for me, I was okay, this is it. This is the thing that can be made. You can't do anything else. This has to be it. And then you go and show it to everybody else, and you see what everybody else has done. You'll have 10 people with 10 wildly different things that they came up with as this is the thing I see, and it's amazing every time.
Yeah, there's just so much to explore. Something to note too for this level in terms of tech, this is a good highlighter of the slow fall property, like I was talking about earlier, that sometimes holding the jump button down the entire time you're jumping is not the thing to do. And so you're letting go of the jump button halfway through or on the way down to sort of cut the jump a little bit and make some progress. Oh, fail. Nice try. That was good. You got to be standing on something to go in a horizontal pipe that is sticking out of the air like that. So that final block was there to give a platform, but it's moving a little bit quicker than you might expect. So tech comes into play, platforming comes into play, and that custom gimmick. Again, this level has a few sections in it, so we can always judge progress by how many sections. I want to say too that all these levels were at one point raced for our community races, and I think in a lot of cases they're being beaten faster than what was actually done on the day that they were raced. So really big props to everybody for working through these. So fail on section 2 now, and the blocks are going to start behaving a little bit differently, but they sort of bounce up or down when they get hit. So in this case, fail is stuck inside the little prison there, I guess, at the start, and the shell is hitting the block and moves it down, giving them just enough time to run out from underneath it. This is some tricky platforming.
There's something very satisfying about the movement of these arrow blocks.
Yeah, there's not a lot of games, when I think about it, hitting a block with your head in Mario is I'm trying to think of other games where that is like really, really common. You know what I mean? That's a very Mario thing, and it's like actually really surprising just how much can be done with just bonking yourself into something.
Yeah, I feel like that is like a core defining aspect of Mario. And yeah, you got me thinking now. Obviously, you have games where you attack a box or something to get something out of it, but ones where you just jump into it from below is. Gosh, now I'm thinking about it so hard, GlitchCat. Thank you. Chat,
Yeah,
help
I was
us
gonna
out
say
here.
like I'm. Yeah, what other platforming games do you bonk a box with your head? Like I'm thinking like Crash Bandicoot, you spin the crates to destroy them. Mario 2, you pick things up from the ground, but like. Or thinking like Celeste, right? Like or Super Meat Boy platforming games. You're not bonking your head into something, which is interesting because like, especially used for Kaizo, you're putting yourself in physical danger somehow by doing that, right? You're not just throwing a projectile at something.
Also, Shoujo, GG's on the H.
Very nice.
I remember to look at my timer. I'm
So
getting
this-
so engrossed by this.
Yeah, this is a fun
I
one.
actually forgot to start
but,
the timer
again,
for this one, so I don't know where we're at. I'll say we're at 5 minutes.
But here's a little trick coming up that Fail and Soja are attempting to do. You are riding on Yoshi in the air, and when you're doing that, anytime you're riding Yoshi, you can press A to sort of bail off of Yoshi and send him down into the pit where there's a fun water slide for him and he's fine. But if you if you bonk a block, as you're bailing off Yoshi, and and Mario's head are close enough to the block, you can remount Yoshi in the air and get another jump off of that. And there you go. Fail just got it. The sort of double bailout move. You need one bonk to activate the up block and another bonk to actually jump off of Yoshi and get up on the block. So kind of a tight trick of timing and positioning. And that's, again, something kind of a reason why I picked this. Mason's designs really just play to a lot of skills at once in Kaizo, and I just absolutely appreciate that. Don't worry, my last pick is much more chill than this. And this isn't even for our weekly races where all these levels come from. I mean, we've had, I'm staff for that, and we have a testing team that tests the levels throughout the weeks. And some weeks we've even said like, I don't know if this is going to be are they going to be able to handle this? And they do, right? And granted, we schedule 2 hours to do the broadcast for our weekly races on Saturdays, but the skill ceiling of some of the players has just risen astronomically in the past couple of years, with everyone sharing knowledge and strats and just continually building more and more imaginative things.
I always find
Nice.
myself like getting immersed in like with the feelings of what you must be going through, because like I'm holding my breath when it's like it's time, like I get so into it.
Yeah, it really is. It really is that consistency, right? Everyone wants to one-shot something, especially in a race situation that they don't know they're sight reading the level. Everybody wants to get the one-shot either to get a checkpoint or get the clear and make progress, or just for the knowledge about what is coming up. But the consistency is what backs that up a little bit, because the more you can farm attempts at the part you're trying to learn, the better of a chance you have to actually get through it. So just, being able to learn something and then do it repeatedly is kind of just as important as being able to sight read, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Shoujo and Fail making some good progress through this level. This is your 2-minute warning. 2 minutes.
Yo, Shavda in the pipe.
Let's
Nicely
go.
done.
Everybody is now past the H.
Yeah, there are several sections in this, so sorry for picking a really tough one.
No, no worries. Again, this is all a showcase. Finishing the levels is optional. Like there are so many awesome levels out there. Like, it would take months of shows to be able to do it all justice. It's just a small taste of what's available out there. Oh,
Nice fail. That was, I think, a sight read on that door too. Very good.
Yeah, I got a little bit of knowledge the first time, and luckily it was what I thought it was. It's a cool level.
Yeah, this one's neat. I thought maybe you would like it. So now the blocks are moving and they're sticking to the wall, and that's going to provide a permanent platform.
super awesome. Yeah, because on the previous one is all vertical blocks, like the whole way through. Now we're going all the other directions. Anyway, final 30
Yeah, that's kind of
seconds,
what I mean
everybody.
about the gimmick being explored with a lot of iteration. That's something I think is really strong in this level is here's this one idea of hit the block makes a brown block, and you just see that explored from 100 different angles, and I think that's very, very creative.
Also love the upside down clouds kind of messing with you.
Oh yeah, those upside down clouds are a one-way platform. Actually, you can only cross them in the direction they are not. The flatness is a barrier.
All right, so we'll let Fail finish this attempt right here. We'll move on to the final level of the night. GG's valiant efforts, everybody.
Yeah, GG, I take responsibility for the difficulty on that
it's
one.
all good. So our
Very
final
good.
level. Tell us about us, Glitch Cat, while they're getting set up.
Oh, well, okay, this one will hopefully be chill, and since it's hot out, maybe it'll cool us down a little bit. This was a special holiday level, and I picked it because I think it's just adorable, and it makes me happy. It's Furret's Big Holiday Adventure from CO Kadelic and the Borgie Man. This is just, I think it's so fun, and it features Furret, and that's my favorite Pokemon. Big Furret fan. So we're going to help Furret get home for the holidays.
Awesome. All right, everybody, you're starting in 3, 2, 1, go. We have 10 minutes. I remembered to start the timer this time, so we don't go too far over.
So he doesn't hurt, he just walks, and we're going to help Furret get home for the holidays. So Furret can't actually hurt you. So Furret's just going to be walking around, and maybe at the end we'll get to see something special, but I'll point that out when the time comes. This is basically like the moles in the giant mega moles in regular Mario World. Only here it's Furret, and I love Furret. I don't know. I just think he's really great. He's just real big, and he walks around. I don't know. I just love him. Yeah, isn't he great? He's just a great guy. So bouncing off this Koopa to start out and holding B while running over those one-tile gaps. Mario can run over the one tile while holding B, and then Furret will go in the Pokeball if Furret touches the Pokeball, so want to watch out for that. And then, of course, the rooms are numbered, so Fail and Shovda just about to get into that next. Ooh, sorry about those note blocks. Getting into that room on the next attempt for sure. So got to build a bridge here. The outlined blocks are Kaizo blocks, and we need to build a bridge for Furret so that Furret can cross over the gaps. And then those blue blocks that you're seeing are they are solid for Mario, but they are transparent for sprites. So a shell is able to be thrown up and hit the switch, but Mario is not able to hit the switch with his head, and that is requiring the players to bring the red shell with them. Additionally, they have to clear the rock out of the way so that Furret can keep on walking.
I love this level of escorting a single thing, because I had the idea of making a level where you save Yoshi, but it's the same Yoshi the whole time. So you're not going through and getting new Yoshis or anything. It's the same one. You have to escort through the entire level and take to the ends.
I like that.
Eventually got made in Mario Maker 2 by an awesome friend of the show that we showcased when Shoujo was stuck in Mario Maker Purgatory.
That was an excellent save from Sojo there. The shell didn't break the blocks the whole way, but she managed to get the shell off the Kicking Koopa and break the block that wasn't broken initially.
Yeah, I don't think that was supposed to happen.
Shoved also moving on to the, what's that, second section? Yeah, 6 rooms total, and you can see the numbers on the side there.
No, Furret.
Yeah, I like a little bit of narrative structure in the levels, and I like the sort of emotional investment you get in like caring for something and having to escort it. I try to bring a little bit of love to Kaizo, to a genre that is sometimes, very difficult and brutal. I like the little fun stuff. Nicely done, Sojo, using the mushroom to spin the blocks out of the way and timing the jump so that Furret will be underneath Mario by the time he's done spinning. And
No.
oh, but the disco shell.
So close. Poor Furret. But fail. Clear the disco shell.
Yeah.
Is that the H? That's a cute RHR.
Yeah, this was a special holiday one that we had a couple years back.
So adorable. I love it.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Or gal, or non-binary. Furret. Furrets come in all types. So Fail having to watch out now because those Furrets are going to go into the Pokeball there.
Oh
and
my
that means got to jump a little bit quicker.
That's so cute.
Yeah, the Pokeballs are so cute. Such a cute level.
Yeah, that's how you can get rid of them, but they're safe. They're just in the Pokeball. They're returning
They're
home.
Uh-huh. And when they fall off the screen, it's just a fun water slide. They're just going, well, maybe it's not a water slide because it's winter out. Maybe it's just a regular slide.
Oh no.
But either way, they're fine. I don't know. I like to come up with nicer headcanons sometimes. I don't know. I like that.
Yeah, Shoujo and Shovda very, very close to making it to the first H. The music is also very appropriate. Perfectly fine to have, holiday theming in July. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I thought, maybe we could use some ice. It's kind of hot out there. Maybe we could use a cool level.
Yeah. Cool in more ways than one.
Also, for what it's worth, the floor here is ice. Ice is a global property of levels. So if you make something icy in Mario World, it's just everything that you stand on will be ice on the ground. So the surfaces here are slippery, and that makes it a little bit more challenging. So Fail using those grab blocks to switch the red and green on-off blocks in order to make paths.
Very cute level.
And again, that little visual indicators, the green coins indicating where to throw, just kind of helps the player out. I've said sometimes that like indication isn't to tell you what to do on your first time, it's to remind you what to do on like the 10th time.
All right, Shovda is through. Hit the H. GG, Shovda. I know Fail is super
Nicely
close
done.
here.
Oh yeah, Sojo. Protecting Furret from the disco shell.
Thanks for
Disco shells cannot be destroyed. Well, they can be destroyed, but they can only be destroyed by a spin jump. Well, there's other ways too, but spin jumping to get rid of the disco shell is pretty common.
Oh,
And yeah, Fail, bringing that.
I'm a fool.
Oh. So grab blocks have a timer. They flash for a little while and then they will expire and just disappear. And so Fail needing to time the drop
No.
that destroys those spinies with the expiration of the block.
No. Wow.
It's a big holiday adventure.
Too late.
Oh,
Is there any
Nice try,
visual
nice
cue
try.
of it being near expiration, or is it just you gotta know?
There is actually. There is. If you watch carefully, the block is flashing, like very rapidly, and as it gets close to expiration, it will flash more slowly.
Oh.
Just another reason to play vanilla SMW, because this is, you know what I mean? Like, so many of us kind of started with that, and you learn just these little things that end up mattering in Kaizo.
Oh,
Sojo, too, catching up here.
That was a tile above. That's funny.
And Shovda. All right. Yeah, everybody on room number 4 now. If I recall correctly, the last room is kind of free. And I hope we get there because there's a special thing that they put into this level that maybe we'll get to see. I don't know. Should I maybe I can maybe spoil it. Should I?
Hold off on it for now.
Okay, all right. This is also a great demonstration of there, Sojo got it.
go.
She got it. Yeah, did you notice? Did you see? It was a shiny fur.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Borgi and Sio worked in a special thing that every one of the furrets has a certain percentage chance to be a shiny one, and it happens randomly in the level, which I just thought was very endearing.
That's super. That's amazing. That's so amazing. Wow.
I'm glad we got one. Good job. Way to get the shiny furret.
I literally didn't do anything.
It's making me think too, we could probably use other Pokemon themed Kaizo levels. So if anybody has some good ideas to use Pokemon for things, could have the new hot level on your hands.
Yeah. So we are at the 10 minutes, but I don't want to finish on a mercy kill level. So we're gonna go until one of you makes it to the end here. We will see it. Best of luck. I got the okay. So.
Okay, I think we are pretty close. Yeah. Okay. He's got to get home.
We gotta help her
Gotta get home for the holidays.
No, he still got him.
That is tricky, and having a tough obstacle at the end like that really rewards consistency again, because you want to kind of farm attempts at that part.
Yeah, we can't let Furret just be left in limbo here. We gotta escort him to safety.
Oh, finally.
Oh, Fail is
That was so
through.
Fail.
All right, let's get home for it.
Nicely done. So yeah, I think last difficult section, I want to say, and a little bit of platforming, a little bit of spin jumping on the grinder. Oh, nice strat from Sojo. Okay. Very nice strat. Dropping the block at an angle so it smashes against the wall after it destroys one of the spinies and never makes its way to Furret. Pretty smart. That was a really smart strat. I like that. I didn't even think of that myself. When I was like testing this for the selection, I was like, oh, okay, just wait for the timeout.
We do have CO in chat.
Clever.
I guess I'll ask. Was it your intention to time it? Or was it your intention to have it collide against a wall? Because that's super, super cool. Or was it just like, both of these work? I know, we'll see what people do. I love probing the brains of the creators and seeing what they thought when they were making it.
Nicely done. Fail in that pipe.
Happy
holidays. Oh, why am I down here?
The one way. Because we made it home and all the Furrets are hanging out together. And Sojo too, let's go.
Awesome.
Awesome level.
GG's Fail.
Yo,
Oh, you got the shiny one, yes.
Yeah, the last one was a shiny one.
I will also beat this
But I
level.
just thought this would
Yes.
thought this would just kind of be just a fun pick to wrap it up with.
Yeah, absolutely. This is adorable. And GG's
GG.
Jojo. Well done. Yeah, I'm glad we got to see the end of the level there. Yay for it. We're going to basically call it there. GG's Shravda. Thank you all to all of you for selecting so many awesome levels for everybody to play. So I hope everybody here on the show enjoyed playing all these levels your friends picked out for you. But I also hope everybody watching enjoyed like the variety that we saw here today. It's super creative, and it was awesome seeing so many of the level creators that we're showcasing here tonight in the chat with us, cheering us on. So again, you all are awesome. We all really appreciate you. And I want to just go through to each of our runners here today to give some final thoughts. And, GlitchCat, the commentary trooper tonight, I want to start with you. Thanks again for coming on.
Thank you for having us. I absolutely love the game of Kaizo, and I love presenting this and bringing it to people. We do have, like I've been talking about, the weekly races. If anyone is interested in learning a little bit more about Kaizo or joining our community, we'll have links available, and you can always check out smwcentral.net. You can get this hack. You can grab some stuff that isn't as challenging, like Kiara was mentioning. Wherever your skills are, there's a Mario mod for you. And I hope to see more people checking it out and playing more Kaizo.
And next up, Shavda, how about yourself?
Thanks for having us as well. That's all I got.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, and thanks for surviving Food Percent last week. Again, y'all should go check that out. Just don't do it on a full stomach. Now, Shoujo, thanks to you as well for coming on. Hope you enjoyed. And, any final shout outs from you?
Thanks for having us. Really, really fun. I want to give a very important shout out to RomHack Races. You can find their website at romhackraces.com.
Very good.
They are
awesome.
All of these levels came from there. And if you're interested in the races, if you're interested in seeing any of the race levels, there's 299 of them. Please go there. It's an amazing community, an amazing group of people. Definitely just wanted to give them a shout out. That's where all of this came from. So it wouldn't have been possible without them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joe. And Fail, last but not least, any final shout outs from yourself?
Yeah, shout outs to Juzzcook, Java Brew, Mark Alarm, and The Beast, the other Funky Fuzzies and Groovy Goombas who were on the big stage with us. It was an honor to race with everybody, and it was great to show off those levels again and show off some really awesome levels. And if any of this looked fun, give it a try. Kaizo's, it's fun and it's addicting, and hope everybody...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As a recent convert to Kaizo, starting like just late last year, I've been having so much fun with it. And I started from nothing, so everybody can. And definitely check the announcement in chat to go there and find out some more information. But make sure you follow all 4 of our wonderful runners, GlitchCat7, Shoujo, You Fail Me, and Shavda. If you go into any of their chats, I'm sure they will be able to point you around, give you some recommendations. Everybody, like, the Kaizo community is so welcoming. They welcomed me with open arms and gave me so many suggestions of games I could play of varying difficulties, stepping up in difficulty. And I'm sure all of them would be happy to help anybody start their Kaizo journey. And you can go as far or as little as you want with it. Again, big shout outs to everybody for joining me. That's going to be it for Game Masters today. I hope you all had a blast, because I did. And, before we get out, just a couple final things for everybody. Games Done Quick Express is coming to TwitchCon. So from September 20th to 22nd, submissions will be open from July 17th through the 24th. So use !GDQX in Twitch chat for more info. And if you missed out on the first step earlier today or this show, stay tuned because we're going to be replaying both shows coming up after the break. And tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for Random Number Generation and Time Capsule.